Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. Happy Hump Day. We are back, and we have a fun one planned today. Your girl has not announced her live stream or her video upload. So what we're going to do is we're going to go way back in the time machine. No, not in that doggone Sumerian looking glass thing. We're just going to go back in time, and we're going to go visit a friend of the channel. We haven't checked on him in a minute. It's been a little while, and he's starting to feel a little bit, dare I say, he's feeling neglected. I mean, he's feeling like, Jay Witt, where are you? You ain't been talking about me. You ain't been dunking on me. Matter of fact, he said it 3 times, so y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go check out Umar Johnson. He's been having I think he's gotten word that we're calling him out about why he's always outside that building. And so he did a video yesterday inside the building. And I have to say, the buildings do look more better than before, but there's still a lot of problems. So if you've been following Umar Johnson, you know that whole shenanigans was starting at Independent School in those abandoned buildings up in Newark, Delaware. It's a scam. It's never going to happen. It's not economically feasible to run a school of that size and caliber, what you're attempting to do on donations. It's just not realistic. And the community that the buildings are located in that's not a community that's going to be shelling out $500, $600, $700 a month to send their child to a private school when they could send their child to the public school in the area because you haven't shown a proof of product. I went to the buildings, the abandoned buildings. I did a whole walk around back in November. Those buildings aren't coming. That's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I understand what he said. It's just never going to happen. I was thinking about it also, and I thought about it after the fact. You know how you think about something after you do it? You're like, I should have said that. There's no parking lot. There's no parking lot for that school. So all the teachers would have to park on the street. So I'm just thinking, like, if the school was up and running to full capacity, both of those buildings had kids coming in and out, you're looking at somewhere in the ballpark of about 20 to maybe 35 adults that are more likely going to be driving, more likely going to have cars or whatever like that. Where are they going to park? There's no parking lot. The other thing I thought about after the fact, again, wasn't thinking about it, there's no playground. And I don't think you can say that because I actually taught at a school that had a very small playground, but across the little field where the previous school used to be was a huge park. And the school could not say, and this is a public school, they could not say that, hey, we have this giant playground over there and that's our playground. Even though the teachers would take their kids over there sometimes, we do like little field trips over to the park to go play. But it was a big deal. You couldn't say like, well, it's 100 yards away from the school. That's our playground. No, you couldn't do that. You had to play on this little tiny playground. And as the kids got bigger, they kind of aged out of it. It just didn't work right. And you always like, can we take the kids over to the park? No, can't take them to the park. You got to get permission to take them to the park. There's no playground around Umar's school. So those are some things I thought about after the fact. I'm like, Umar School, I mean, it's never going to happen. It was never going to happen. I'll just say that. I know there's a lot of, pro-Black radical Pan-African people that get in their feelings when I say that, but that school was never going to happen. It was never going to happen. It was always a shell game. It was always a money grab. It was always a scam. And it has always been. It never would have been anything else. Never would have been anything else. If Umar had ever done after school programs or summer camps or morning care or after school care, homework assistance, Saturday school, if he had done any of that, he might have got me believing that he was trying to do that. Never was this ever a plan. All right, so we're gonna bring Umar in. I think this will be a fun one. We're going back in the crates. We haven't had Umar on in a hot minute. So checking out Umar. I will admit right now, I did not edit out, so I'm pretty sure he does a whole bunch of that triple speak retardedness. So I apologize ahead of time. But I have to say, I think Umar is still more entertaining than Candace. In the chat, if you're familiar with Umar, is he more? Can you put up with Umar and his triple speak more than you can put up with Candace? I'm thinking about that. You know what? I actually think Umar is a better person. I think he's a bad person because he's stealing, deliberately and intentionally lying, in my opinion. But you know what? I think I could put up with Umar before I put up with Candace. Y'all let me know in the chat. We might have to have like a little conversation about that. I think I could put up with him. Now, let me tell you what I can definitely put up with, and I would pay money for it. I'd probably buy a ticket to go watch it. Umar Johnson, Candace Owens, 2-hour debate live, and they have to stay there the whole 2 hours. I'd probably come and watch that. That might be, shoot. I'd probably watch that. You've heard of Umar Johnson. I'm sorry. You might not have known that you heard about Umar Johnson, but I promise you've heard about Umar Johnson. All right, but let's get this in. Let's go. So he's outside the building as always. It's snowing, but he's got to prove to us that he's inside this, that it's okay. So you can go check the doors. That would be crazy. I could put up a poll.
Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard. Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard. You know what we do.
What do you do?
Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard. You know what we do. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. I hope that's not a man talking about my beard. We have to get some testosterone shots. I hope that's not a man talking about my beard. We have to get some testosterone shots. My sister said, stop begging with a weave in her head. My beautiful African sister, you cannot criticize the prince as long as you're trying to look like a white woman. Take the weave out first, baby. Take the weave out your head first before you talk about me. I don't want to hear nothing from no woman with a weave in her damn head. And I definitely don't want to hear nothing from no woman with a blonde weave in her damn head. Y'all better stop playing with me today.
Umar,
y'all better stop playing with me today. Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard, Prince of Pan-Africanism Parkway. Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard, Prince of Pan-Africanism Parkway.
Sir, this is not your parkway. This is not your avenue. It is a street. It is a public street, and you're just walking down the middle of it. Let me just tell you this. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, sir.
Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard, Prince of Pan-Africanism Parkway. Y'all know what it's about. We going for inspection this month.
Right, sure.
Where the school at? We gonna see in a minute. Pray for FDMG. I love Ghana. We got any Ghanaian queens in the Philadelphia, Delaware area? Do we have any Ghanaian sisters in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, Delaware, Northern Maryland area? Do we have any Ghanaian queens? Do we got any West African queens in the Jersey, PA, Delaware, Northern Maryland?
Yo, I just wanted to start off. One, I hadn't talked about Umar in a minute. And he actually, we're going to play this clip because Candace hasn't announced when she's going live. Part of the argument has been that he's always outside. He's always outside, staying outside, looking cold. Why is he not inside if these quote unquote schools are ready to be inspected, ready for to be start the school process, right? So I think he's heard us making these claims because in a moment he's going to go in the school. But let me let it go. Let's go. I'm sorry that he just repeats himself like a dummy.
Light skin is fine as long as they conscious. Light skin is fine as long as they conscious. Okay, the only way light skin is not fine is if you only dating my sister because she's light skinned. Because if you only dating my sister because she's light skinned, now you are objectifying our fair skinned sisters. You're supposed to be dating her for her character, her integrity, her spirit, her goals, her commitment to the race. But if you only dating a fair skinned sister, if you only dating a butterscotch queen, a sunshine queen, a lemon queen, a white chocolate queen, if you only dating the white chocolate queens for their complexion, then you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. But as for me, I could care less. I don't care if the Cinnabons are butterscotch. I don't care if the Cinnabons are lemon. I don't care if the Cinnabons are African vanilla or white chocolate. I don't care if the Cinnabons are fudge, pistachio, butter almond, butter pecan, nutmeg, or cinnamon, agave, sweet brown sugar, light brown sugar, dark brown sugar, as long as they are all natural Cinnabons. Brothers and sisters, hit the PayPal for FDMG. PayPal.me/FDMG school. PayPal.
He likes to repeat himself. He repeats himself in threes because I think he has like a mental deficiency. But you also probably realize that he has a fixation with food.
989-9858.
He has a fixation with food that's very weird. And you'll see a little bit more.
Make sure you sign up for the Dr. Umar Instagram book club. Make sure you sign up for the Dr. Umar Instagram book club. Make sure you sign up for the Dr. Umar Instagram book club, $9.99 a month. If you join my Instagram, you are automatically in the book club. If you join my Instagram, you are automatically in the book club. The first book is Miseducation of the Negro, and I will be going live, subscribers only, one day this week to talk about the first three chapters of Miseducation of the Negro. So make sure you order Miseducation of the Negro by the father of Black History Month, Negro History Week, Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Make sure you do that, family. Okay, make sure you could get the book for $5 online. You can get the book for $5 online, Miseducation of the Negro. You got to sign up on my Instagram, $9.99 to be an Instagram member. You're automatically in the book club when you subscribe to my Instagram. You're automatically in the book club when you subscribe to my Instagram, okay? All right, that's how that works. $9.99 a month on Instagram. The first book is Miseducation of the Negro. So we have gotten acquisition, renovation, acquisition, rehabilitation of the school. We will be going for our final building inspections this month, God willing. And then we have two more stages, decorations and renovations. Are y'all ready for decorations? We've accomplished acquisition. We purchased the school. We accomplished renovations. We're ready for our final.
Notice, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Umar is trying to play a game. If you are somebody who supports Umar Johnson, come on up here to the front of the church. I got to go ahead and give you some bad news. Umar Johnson has been playing a scam on you for however long he's been playing it. Whenever you got on the train, you've always been going to crazy land. You've always been going. He just said we had acquisition, renovation. Then he's saying we got to come back to renovation. The dude, a decoration, then renovation. That doesn't make sense.
Inspection. Now we got to go to decorations, brothers and sisters. We got to raise money for the decorations, the school furniture, the library books, the furniture and equipment. It's time to decorate. If you have a decoration you want to donate to the school, an African mask.
That's not decoration. That's called school supplies. Books for a library, that's almost like a given. That's like pots and pans in a kitchen. Hey, I'm starting an industrial kitchen. And by the way, I'm decorating it with pots and pans. These are the pots and pans we're going to cook with? Yeah. That's not decorations, my dude. That's equipment.
An African painting, an African statue, your black book collection. Text me a picture of your possible donation and I will let you know if we can use it or not. If you have a painting that you think would be beautiful in our school, if you have a statue, if you have a drum, if you got some books that you think would go nice inside of the school, text me a picture of the donation and I'll let you know if we can use it at the school. 215-989-9858 is my direct cell. 215-989-9858 is my direct cell. 215-989-9858 is my direct cell. Sister Melanie McCullough, I can get funding. I'm not looking for funding, baby. In case you don't know who I am. In case you don't know who I am.
We don't know who you are.
In case you don't, I am a revolutionary Pan-Africanist, my sister. We do not take donations from other people. We solve our problems ourselves. We do not take donations from other people. We solve our problems ourselves. We do not take donations from other people. Not from the government, not from Walmart, not from Mercedes-Benz, not from Bill Gates. We don't take donations. We solve our problems ourselves. I know black people don't have a self-determination bone in our body. I know we forgot what do for self means, but the FDMG Academy is a do for self school. We are not a government-funded charter school. We are not a government-funded charter school. Safe and sound, safe and sound. Do for self school. Dr. Umar speaking. Government-funded charter school. We are not
Umar.
government. Dr. Umar is the name, my brother, not Umar. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, you really answered the phone.
Who am I speaking to?
This Latrell from Milwaukee.
Brother Latrell, how you doing, King? What can I do for you?
I'm good. How you doing, man? I just wanted to give you your flowers. I didn't know you was gonna answer the phone for real, man. I came to speak at Milwaukee when I was like 12, 13 years old, man, and I'll never forget it. But I think
what year was that? What year was that, King? What year I was in Milwaukee? Shout out to my Milwaukee Africans my Oshkosh Africans, my Milwaukee. What year was that, King?
What are you talking about, man?
That was probably 2012.
About 2012?
2013.
Okay, you're talking about my first visit to Milwaukee. It probably was around, yeah. Where Sister Cheryl did that. Shout out to Sister Cheryl. She hosted my first couple of events in Milwaukee, man. Milwaukee, they jam-packed them Dr. Umar events in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a Dr. Umar city. I need to come on back there. I need to come on back. But let me ask you this. If I come back, I need a space to speak at. We got a spot that can seat about 500 out there?
Umar always says that he's the most requested scholar on the planet. Everybody wants to speak to him. Everybody wants to talk to him. Why is it that he's always begging for somebody to bring him out somewhere? Like, why are they not knocking his door down, ringing his phone, banging his line in order to do this? Like, Umar, this is a scam, man. This is a whole bona fide scam. You know what? I realized this is not the segment where he's in the building. I just realized that. Like, this is him only in the car. Let me bring the one in where it's actually pretty short. Wait, this is the same one, dude. The same one. We're going to fix, producer Jason needs to get himself together. Here we go, right here. All right. This is the one where he's actually in the building. And I want to talk about some of this because we've been calling him out about some of these things that we see here. Okay. All right. I don't know why he starts his video off by not talking. That's the weirdest thing ever. He just standing there talking, not saying anything. But he's in the building and he's saying some things without saying them. And so you'll see what I mean in a second. Watch this.
Welcome to the principal's office. Welcome to the principal's office. Welcome to the principal's office. Ladies, you must behave in this school or you will be called to the principal's office and you will be paddled with the RBG paddle.
Yeah, That makes perfect. That's perfectly sound behavior from somebody who's going to be the headmaster of the school for boys. Like that's perfect. That Umar, perfect chef's kiss. Perfect behavior from the headmaster of a school for boys. Like that's crazy work. Let me back that up so you can hear exactly what he said again.
Office, and you will be paddled with the RBG paddle. Welcome to the principal's conference room. Welcome to the principal's conference room. Welcome to the principal's conference room. This is
So one of the things, again, the call out has been that there is no furniture. Yes, a lot of people are mentioning that there is no furniture, but also recognize, if you've been following these videos, we haven't done many lately, but remember, Umar Johnson, the whole deal was that the ceiling tiles were out of place. There were no ceiling tiles because they'd been out of place for years. So as you walk through and watch, notice he has gone through and made sure all the ceiling tiles are now in proper place. But remember, they were allegedly just doing the tile on the floors in the building. So you're going to have to ask yourself, why is the furniture, there is some furniture in the building. Why is this here if they just got done doing the floor tiles? It doesn't make sense to get the floor tiles done and then put mess back on top of the floor tiles, unless, of course, the floor tiles were never done. All right, then that was never the issue. But let's finish up. It's a short video.
we have our strategy sessions to reconstruct the psyche of African children, brothers and sisters. We not playing.
Not playing.
We not playing with y'all.
No, don't play.
No more games. No more games. It's time to educate the babies. No more games.
Okay, so you see that hallway down there. Now, I will say that all of the ceiling tiles have been put in place, whereas in the past, the ceiling tiles have been all askew, all over the place for years. So that's pretty amazing. But why bring an old shopping cart back in if you just got the floor tiles completed? Why bring all this trash back in if you just got the floor tiles just completed? See, I think the truth of the matter is it never was done. It never was being finished. And that's a great question. Somebody said, what about the school, the last school? The school that was there was a charter school that ran, it was about 10 years ago. So about 2015-ish, 2016-ish, it closed down. And they had a hard time. I mean, they had a hard time with the community. They had a hard time with, of course, funding and such of that nature. And it was called the Moyer School, and it closed down. Well, that's, again, part of the problem. I think Umar's never intended to open his school up. It was just a proof of concept to get money. That's all that was. This has all been a money grab. Like, oh, I got this giant building, and because we got this giant building, send me money because we're going to start a school. It was never going to happen. Let's finish this up.
Games. Hit your PayPal.
Like,
PayPal.
We don't got to do PayPal. Like, what's the purpose of putting, if you just got this tiles done, why put all that trash back on top of the tiles? That makes no sense. He keeps saying it, repeating his PayPal. I'm gonna go ahead and mute that.
Welcome to the Parent Center. This is the Parent Center. If you are the parent of an FDMG Pan-Africanist, if you are the parent of an FDMG Pan-Africanist and you don't feel like going home to be bothered with your nagging husband or nagging wife, you can come hang out in the Parent Center. There's going to be a television, there's going to be books, there's going to be a couch, a refrigerator, there's going to be snacks, and all of our parents can come and hang out. Oh, yes.
You don't even have that for yourself right now. You don't even have a TV up there right now. I'm sorry, sir. What are you talking about? You don't have a TV up there right now. You don't have a couch for yourself. Many people argue that this gentleman doesn't even have his own home, that he lives out of the building. So that's some crazy work, sir. That's crazy.
Oh, yes. Where the school at? Where the school at? We're gonna show you where the school at.
Okay.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We're going to show you where the school at. Don't you even worry about that, brothers and sisters. Oh.
So, and this is a good question. Maybe as because Candace still hasn't announced her show. Maybe she's not going to do a show. Maybe the Lord has convicted her heart and she is in sackcloth and ashes, repenting for the craziness that she has brought upon the world. Maybe that's it. I mean, maybe that's it. Okay, so here's a question. What is a school? What is a school? Is it the building, old school Little Red Schoolhouse, or the local schools that we have now? Or is it the children? Or is it a mix of both of those, the children inside of a building facility? What is a school? I would love to know, because I feel like Umar Johnson has projected this idea that if I have a building, I have a school, which is not true. In the words of Luther Vandross, a house is not a home, right? When there's no one there, right? Matter of fact, I think we could actually sing that song. Like, that's it. I think a school is not just a standalone building by itself. You do need little people. You need educators. You need lunch lady. You need a custodian. You need all of those people come together into the building to create the school environment. But just to say, of course, when the people go home at night, you can still say this is a school. But if you just have a building, you don't have a school. You need kids and you need teachers. You need all of that stuff to play a part in the school itself. And Umar Johnson, for the life of me, I don't know why he doesn't. I think he realizes this. But as I said before, I'll say, you need the school. Right, you need a nurse lady. If you ain't got a nurse lady, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, Nick Shirley would be crazy. But the problem is, I don't think that, they do some leering here. Yeah, this is a school of leering. Absolutely. And hit that PayPal. Let's finish this up, and then I'll go back to the one of him sitting in the car talking loud.
Oh, yes. Look at the jealous coons. It's a jealous boy.
Okay, so you see here, and that's why I want to stop right here. You see here, all the ceiling tiles are straightened out. If you've ever watched one of my videos talking about him when he's been in the building, those ceiling tiles are always like the main actors, if you will, because they've always been out of place. And I really think he went above and beyond to make sure that those are in place to give the air that this building is ready.
In my days, he's so jealous. There's a jealous boy in my town. Oh, lady, he's so jealous. There's a jealous coon in my town. Oh, ladies, he's so jealous.
I have no idea. I have no idea what he's singing about. I don't know who's jealous of him. Hey, let's finish this one up because he was talking in the car
100%, for sure.
with
This is what I want
somebody.
You got my number because you just called me. I want you to text me your name and number. All right?
Okay.
Text me your name and number. Make sure you put Milwaukee, and I'm going to hit you up and see what space we got, and we're going to go ahead and make Milwaukee happen because I ain't spoken Milwaukee since the first anniversary of the Jacob Blake shooting. Remember the brother Jacob Blake who got shot, but thank God he survived in Milwaukee? Kenosha, Wisconsin. Remember that? Kenosha, Wisconsin.
He's really
Jacob
good
Blake.
with dates.
Well,
I think he makes these dates
with
up.
his father on the first anniversary of that. And that night I spoke in Milwaukee. So that was like 2021, I think it is. So me and you, we got to go ahead and set up the Dr. Umar return. So make sure you text me, bro. I got you.
I'm going to text you right now, man.
All right, my
man,
brother. Be safe, King. No problem. Thanks for coming. All right, now. One love.
Oh, yeah, he be panhandling. He be.
That's my Milwaukee Africans. That's my Milwaukee Africans checking in. Where my Milwaukee Africans at? No caller ID. This might be a coon. Dr. Umar speaking.
Yo, Dr. Umar.
Yes, sir. Who am I speaking with, family?
Milwaukee Africans checking in. You talking to Obama?
Obama who? Barack Obama?
Yeah, young brother.
Okay, you don't sound like Barack Obama, brother. You might be cooning. Are you cooning on my live, my brother?
Nah, the snow bunnies never.
Snow bunnies never. Where you at? Where you at? What city? Talk to me. Where you at?
Georgia with it. We in Georgia with it. No
we in
snow
Georgia.
bunnies.
What city?
Oh, no.
What city in Georgia? Is we
We in
ATL?
Atlanta.
We in Atlanta. Shout out
in
to
the
my
A.
Atlanta Africans.
Zone 3, put it on. You feel me?
I love Atlanta. I'm gonna be coming back to Atlanta real soon.
We don't want you. We don't want you.
When you come down there, just let me know.
I got you. Text me a name and put Atlanta on this so I can lock you in.
I got you, brother.
All right, King. Be safe.
I don't know.
You too.
All right now. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
So if the school was up and running, I just a simple question. If the school, everything was ready to go, lights, heat, everything is on, that is waiting for inspection. Here's a next logical question. Why is he in his car? Why is he not in the building talking to these people? Why not? If everything's up and running, everything's ready. Because it's not. I don't think the heat is on in that building. I don't think it is. I could be wrong. I have no way to believe or no way to verify, but he never is in his office. He just did a little quick walkthrough, but he had to run back out to the car to get warm. You don't want me to repeat myself? Okay, I got to repeat myself now. Make sure you hit that like button. All right, let's go.
This is the Dr. Umar. Peace and Pan-Africanism. This is Dr. Umar. Who am I speaking with?
What's going on, Dr. Umar? This is D'Angelo from D.C.
D'Angelo from D.C. What's going on in D.C.,
Why
D'Angelo?
are these people calling him? This is crazy.
Not much. Hey, my boy came out there to do some work for you at the school. I think he was trying to do some electrical work. Remember, I text you a picture.
Okay. I think I remember. We ended up using an
He lost. That's his audio went out. It's not me.
To D.C. in March, I say.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir. There's an event going down. I'm not going to be scheduled to speak at that event, but we could definitely set up something the day before, the day after. The question is, where can we do the free event at? Where can we do it at?
My boy, he wanted to get you on his podcast, Dr. Umar. I've been texting you about it.
All he got to do is text me.
Sometimes.
All he got to do is text me, and we can set it up.
Okay, all right. So you say you're not gonna speak at that event in March, though?
I don't think I'm scheduled to speak. I think I'm only scheduled to attend, but we can set up something the day before, the day after. You feel me? I could just come down a day early or leave a day later.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give you a text. I'm gonna shoot you a text now.
Okay, King, no doubt.
All right, appreciate you, Dr.
All right, brother.
Be
Likewise.
safe.
Thanks, bro. All right.
All right, so
Who said I need to comb my beard? Come comb my beard for me, baby.
whoa.
Come comb my beard,
So-
because if I got to run the school, I need an army of queens that's going to take care of Dr. I need 5 queens.
Listen to this and remember, this man wants to be the principal of an elementary and middle and high school. He wants to be the headmaster, the one running the show for and these schools are for boys. So this is the type of attitude, the spirit, if you will, that he wants his boys or your boys to be infected with.
I need 5 queens who are going to be the Ifa Tunde Queendom. They're going to take care of everything. My food, my beard, no hanky-panky. No hanky-panky. Peace and love. This is Dr. Umar. Who am I speaking with?
Friendly Daily, bro.
Peace and love, brother. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Boston, sir. How you
Boston.
doing?
Shout out to my Boston Africans. I love Boston, my brother. I love Boston. What's going
I've
on?
never had him calling. It's interesting. He's getting all these phone calls.
Hey, man, I'm your biggest fan, man. The biggest fan. I love watching your videos, sir.
I
love
appreciate
watching
you.
your videos.
I'm going to be coming back real soon. I got to get with my brother Chris up there, but I'm going to be coming back to Boston. It might be this month. It might be Black History Month. So text me your name and text me your name and put Boston so I can put you in my contacts to make sure you get the flyer once we confirm.
Okay, yes, sir. All right. I'll text you, sir.
Be safe, King. All right,
you
now.
too, man.
One love.
They calling like that?
Dr. Umar speaking. Who am I speaking with?
It's like a call-in show.
I'm sorry. I hung up on you by accident. Dr. Umar speaking. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Scar, Dr. Umar.
What's going on, King? Where you at in the world? Where you calling from?
Man, I'm from Philly, man. What's up
From
with
Philly.
you,
What
man?
part of Philly? What part of Philly?
I'm from West, baby.
West Side. Shout out to West Philly. You know what I mean? I was in middle school in West Philly, Bieber Middle School, 59th and Malvern. Up top.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Hilltop.
I feel it.
Yes,
I feel it. I had a question, though.
Go ahead. What's up?
Like, why you don't like white people? Like,
No, I love everybody, brother. I don't dislike white people. I just say
well,
we
no,
have
let
to.
me not say it. You're right. Let me not say that. I mean, like, why you don't indulge in
and what's the word? Interracial couples. Why you don't indulge in that?
Do you care about the future of the black community?
Yeah, of course.
Do you
I'm a
care
black
about
man. We black men.
right? So if you care about the future of the black family, why would you make a family with anything other than a black woman? It's not hatred for anyone else. It's about self-love
Right.
and self-preservation. Have you read the statistics lately? You hear what they predicting?
No,
They
talk to
said
me.
by 2050, if black men continue to make babies with non-African women in this country, by 2050, most black people will be biracial who do not identify as black. Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, I heard you.
In
Loud and clear.
25
Loud and clear.
years, that's your lifetime, King. This is your lifetime. In 25 years, there will almost be no black people left. It will only be mixed race Africans who I love and accept,
Right.
but
For
most of them are not being raised as African. They're being raised as biracial. So they are
Both sides of
loyal.
the field.
They,
Both
well,
sides of the field.
not even both sides. They loyal. They're gonna
Right.
be loyal to the white side. They're
Right
gonna
here
be
to the
loyal,
mother.
exactly.
Okay.
So if we keep
Right.
on making babies with non-African women, there will be
Right.
no black people left in about 25 years, bro. We're gonna be done.
Okay. And you want to know why I asked that, Dr. Umar?
What's up?
Because, like, you watch YouTube and see things on the internet, and it paints a narrative. And so when you see different things, it'll make you feel a way about somebody. But until you get to speak to that person and ask that person, you'll never know. That's why
agree.
I asked, brother.
No, I appreciate
I don't dib and dab in the white snow. It was a genuine question.
Wait, what kind of snow do you dib and dab in? If it's not white snow, is it yellow? Is it black snow? Is it brown? That's problematic, my dude. One of the problems with Umar is that he fixates on racial relationships way more than anything else. And if you followed Umar or checked him out, you know, like that's his bread and butter. Commenting about interracial or relations in general, male female relationships. And though to some degree I can understand what he's saying, there are far more problems for any people group than just interracial relationships or interracial marriages of such of that nature. There's just so many other problems that black people need to worry about than this one. But Umar fixates on it, and I really think it's because he himself fixates on it. He got a lot of skeletons in his own closet. Lots of them. Hey, I'm gonna finish this up real quick because Candace is going live at 6:00. What, girl? Don't you know I got stuff to do?
You know what I'm saying? I've never jumped in white snow. I don't even like being cold, brother.
I feel you.
All
But
that
I
to
got a
say-
homework assignment for you though.
I hear you. Let me hear it.
I need you to find a spot in West Philly, right?
Right.
That could seat about 100 young brothers. I want to have a young brothers conference.
The young brothers.
You feel me? Like 17 to 23 years old. You feel me?
Umar lives in Philadelphia. Why does he need this guy to find a place for him if Umar lives there? Like, my dude, you live in Philly. You live in Philadelphia. So why do you need this dude to go find you a place? And remember, he's always says that he's the most requested scholar, blah, 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 blah. Well, sir, nobody's requesting you in your own town. That should be problematic. That should tell you something.
Right.
Because one thing I'm not liking, and this is not just Philly, this is all around the country, but I don't like y'all referring to yourselves, and I don't like people referring to y'all as YNs.
His mute button came on. No, he's not married. He muted his audio. I don't know what happened there. But I think it's funny. Sorry about that. And that was the end of it, by the way. And I'm going to bring this back up and bring me back up. I think it's funny. Umar Johnson doesn't like people referring to young black men as YNs. And YN stands for young N-word, right? He doesn't like that. But Umar Johnson also has no problem referring to people that disagree with him in a racial pejorative. So it's not good for them to call young black men these terms, which I don't think is, you can take it or leave it. But when Umar doesn't like somebody, he calls them a racial pejorative. Like, how does that work? I don't get that's some wild work. So I asked the question earlier: who would y'all rather? Who would y'all rather deal with? Let me see. Let me see the poll. Let me see the poll question. I said they're both. So my poll question was, and please go. I said both are bad, but who's less bad? Candace is better, or Umar is better, or both are bad. I just can't decide. And it looks like most people. Candace only got 4%. Umar is bubbling at 16, but 80% of them said they just can't decide. I totally get it. I think Umar would probably be more entertaining. I'll be honest with you. And to be honest, though I think Umar is a scammer and Umar is a blight on the black community because he is scamming black people, I think he's less dangerous, truth be told, than Candace. I think Candace is, dare I say, internationally dangerous. She's dangerous on lots of levels. And I can listen to the argument that Umar's dangerous too. I ain't gonna look, I'm not gonna split hairs. But I just think Umar is probably not the worst. I bet you Umar would probably be fun to sit and watch a football game with and eat some wings. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think Umar is funny and you can laugh at him. I don't think Candace ever is funny. I don't think she ever was. She's problematic. Like the stuff she says, like even Umar's quote unquote racism is very benign. It's just a white people, y'all marry white people, y'all have white babies. Black people, y'all marry black people, y'all have black babies. He don't got no problem with white people. Like he don't want white people to not exist. He don't want other people groups to not be alive. Candace, you can't tell me that she does that. Even when Umar is trying to make an argument against white people saying that they're oppressing black folk, is very surfacey because he don't believe it. He does not really believe that. He knows that. So that's my little 2 cents. I mean, I'm not trying to change anybody's opinion on him. I think he's a terrible person. He's not going to beat those charges. He's a horrible person, but I think he's less horrible, more, I can't think of a better term. I think he's obnoxious. Somebody said that. I think, wait, what'd you say? I think I sat by him at Applebee's bar. He's obnoxious. I think you would still get a laugh out of him. Both of them are terrible people. Right. But I think you would get a laugh out of him way more. And this could be crazy work. This would be crazy work. I think Umar is, even though he's a bad dude, he's a bad guy, I think he's much more rational than Candace is. So I think Umar is just trying to make money. He just out here panhandling. What's it called? Beg talking. They call it. It's called. I heard a term today called beg TikToking. They call it beg talking. People going on TikTok begging for money. But I think Umar is in that vein way more, and I think he's not as bad as Candace. I think Candace is just a really bad person, in my opinion. But hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm not married to either idea, so I'm fine with people saying both are bad or Umar's worse. I'm fine with that. I can totally understand either way. Now, I do want to bring in something that I think is very interesting. Was this yesterday? I don't remember when the Catholic Church, I think it was like Monday, announced that Candace would be the speaker, the keynote speaker at their event. And so somebody, of course, Cinema Shogun, shout out to Cinema Shogun, realized something, and I had not thought about it because I really hadn't put my mental energy into it. So let me bring this in and y'all can check it out with me. All right. What does Cinema Shogun say here? Let me drop myself out of here. Whoa. Looks like Matt Walsh will be doing a speaking event with Candace Owens next month. Now, I want to stop right there because, Matt Walsh was the guy that was making the claim that we need to unify by all means with the right. There should be no no punching to the right. That whole argument. This is going to be a problem. And I agree with the way that Cinema Shogun frames it. So let's see what he says. And this is on his X account. If the mods could drop Cinema Shogun's X in the chat, I think that'd be very useful. So Candace pretends she's scared for her life because of who? The Daily Wire is dangerous and possibly helped delete Charlie Kirk. Yet she has no problem doing events with the Daily Wire. I mean, can you square that? Can you square that? All right, let's keep going and watch this. And on the other hand, this is the part I hadn't thought about. Matt Walsh claims to be opposed to what Candace is doing because he was friends with Charlie. He even spoke out against her, yet he has no problem doing events with Candace. It's one big club, people. One big club, and we are not in it. So this is on the March 19th. We know this is the Catholic Prayer for America. Confirmed speakers. Here we go. Mr. Flynn, Candace Owens, Matt Walsh, Alter, John Yep, and Dee Dee Byrne. And so why doesn't Matt Walsh work for Daily Wire? Isn't Daily Wire supposed to be person non grata or institution non grata? Right? So let's jump in. Matt is friendly with Candace. They've both been open about this. Yes. Thank you so much, Britta. Let me give her a shout. Yes. I'm so confused. These people are making our head spin. Yay. Like, whose side are you really on? Oh, this is interesting. So now we are stupid because Matt Walsh is not stupid. Like the minority, which y'all, okay. Hold on, I want to see what this conversation is. Okay, let's see. So Candace must not really believe the things she says about the Daily Wire. Funny how you ignore that angle. LOL. All of her minions will ignore that angle. I don't ignore anything. She's being platformed with somebody. She disagrees with Charlie. Would have loved that because what does he talk? What? Is this dude in English? What in the world? Hold on. Is it me? Hold on, let me put my glasses on. Is it me? Okay, I gotta put my glasses on, y'all. I didn't ignore anything. She's being platformed with somebody. She disagrees with Charlie. Would have loved that because what does? He talks to the opposition. He goes into the lion's den. You don't ignore them or deplatform if you follow Charlie's legacy, you hypocrite. Wow. You ignore grammar, my dude. Wow. Is it me? Okay, y'all. Okay. Now I feel like I'm invested now because there's like more comments under here. Hold on, I feel invested. Okay, we're not gonna be long. You meatball, don't run now. Oh, he's just dropping memes. He's not even commenting. Yes, because they are stupid. Her minions. Show where she said what you said. I don't know anybody that said what she said. There are tons of people at Daily Wire. It's a big company with lots of studios. Her opinion of Ben and of Jeremy isn't required to extend to every single member. Got you mouth breathers in a wow. Using your God-given minds to out your platform of the highest bidder. Disgusting. All right, this is the last one. All right, I didn't see anything else that's intelligent. That dude right. Let me see. This guy can't be American. He's from New Jersey. Ooh, man. And he's a dad. Ooh, Charlie. Ooh, this brother right here. My dude. Y'all stretch your hands toward him and pray for him. Because, man, reading is fundamental. He done skipped the whole grammar class. I mean, the whole thing. He ain't even turned in the homework. My dude. Okay. I thought that was interesting. I wanted to just point out what Cinema Shogun pointed out. I'm not saying that there are not multiple frame people at Daily Wire, but let Candace tell the story. Daily Wire is the worst thing popping. So why are you working with somebody that's at Daily Wire? I mean, that's really simple. I don't think that's a stretch. Maybe it is. Let me know. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. By the way, are we playing bingo tonight, y'all? I don't remember. I think I said we're playing bingo, so I need to probably get my bingo board. I think I said that. I put it out there. So if I put it out there, I gotta do it. All right. So here we go. Let me grab my bingo board. Get ourselves ready. Let's go with this one. I feel like this is a winner. Yeah, I need to clean this up. Somebody needs to remind me. One of the mods needs to remind me to clean up the bingo board because I cleaned up the body cam one. This one is not. This is terrible. This is horrible, man. It's already. I can tell you already. This is a horrible bingo board. But I'm gonna keep it. All right. So I got Macron's hunch military, Ben Shapiro Fed slop, Bears psyops, Andrew Colvett random church pastor, macabre, or we can say macabre, buried, planes, free space, lawsuit, random tip or text, CIA, Jews or Jewish donors, Israel lies, cows. Oh my gosh. I forgot. Like I said, I need to clean this up. I need to make a new one. Delegitimize. Random YouTubers. Shout out to the random YouTubers. Make sure you get your obscure YouTuber fan club t-shirt. A claim without receipts, calling an expert a liar, and Mitch Snow. Okay, so I definitely need to get, I think it's fair we can retire Mitch Snow. Is that fair? We probably need to retire Mitch Snow. I don't remember why we put cows and bears on here. I don't remember what we were doing. It was all a blur. What were we doing, y'all? So bears, cows, Mitch Snow, definitely to get taken off of there. All right, I'll take those off. But since they're there, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and take those now. I'm taking cows, bears, and Mitch Snow because I can. That's why. There's no other reason behind it. I'm just going to do it. Did she ever say yeah, I don't remember. I have no idea what was the genesis behind this. Somebody will email me, remind me. Replace cows with dreams. You know what? Hold on. Let me show you. I could probably fix it right now. I could fix it in real time. All right. Look. This is how you know this show is very professional. All right. This show is super professional. We are on this thing. Where is it? Where's my words? This is a very serious show. Okay, let's look at it real quick. All right. How many people we got in here? How many likes we got? We got my likes up. All right, let's do this. I'm going to show you the actual Word document that I use. Okay, so here's my Word document. All right. We're going to clean it up together. Okay, Israel Macron's claim without receipt, random text. I think that random YouTuber. Let's call it obscure YouTuber because that's what it is. Obscure YouTuber, Andrew Colvett, my gut, Trump, psyop, hunch, betrayal. I feel like good. Those are good. I just sense. Okay, I think that one works. She hasn't said Cabot Phillips in a long time. I think that was a one-off, y'all. Do y'all agree? What y'all think about that? Can we get rid of Cabot Phillips? Hey, man, thank you so much, Eric. Thank you so much for that, my brother. I'll check it out in a second. All right, let's see what we got. What do you say, Brian Babes? Oh, Violet in the chat. What's going on, Violet? How are you, friend? Okay, I'm going to make a judgment call. I feel like Cabot Phillips needs to go. I feel good about taking that out of here. Tip line, shout out the Jewish donors. That's never going to leave. That's like a stalwart. My sources, of course. I have messages. Weird. I don't like. Calling expert a liar. TPUSA feds. She hasn't said FBI in a while. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about FBI? Cabot is donezo. I love it. What's going on, Violet? What do y'all think? Do y'all think FBI? I feel like she hasn't said FBI in a while. She said feds, but I don't think FBI has been mentioned. I could be wrong. What y'all think? What y'all think? I'm gonna take it out. Any kinds of bots. She hasn't mentioned bots either. That was like a one-off two episode shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? Time traveler. There she is. Hey, Violet, how are you, sister? Grace and peace to you. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of bots, and I am gonna put time traveler. You know what we can do? We can put time travel or time machine. All right, we'll put time travel or time machine because she's been using that a little bit more. All right, CIA, call out random countries. She hasn't done it in a while. Erica, of course, Ben Shapiro, Mitch Snow. What y'all think about Mitch Snow? Mitch Snow got to go. Is that the general consensus? What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? I'm gonna make the call. I'm making the call. Mitch Snow got to go. What'd I just do? All right, I'm taking Mitch Snow out. Random Bible verse out of reference, out of context. Fed slop vibes, delegitimize Gary or Paramount Tactical. Let me just put Paramount Tactical or Paramount Tactical because she got it. She got a thing for him. Okay, I have no idea why we had Bears on here. I'm taking it out. I have no idea. Lies. How did cows get in here? What were we doing? I have no idea. We're gonna take cows out. I have no idea what cows were doing. Macabre, buried, dream, lawsuit, random church pastor. Oh, time travel's already up here. Already got time travel and time machine. Okay. Let's go with we got random country. Is there any other words I missed? Oh, mispronounce a word. I'm gonna go mispronounce. All right. I'll take that. I'll take that one. Because we could always cheat and play one of those videos from Milk Bar and then bada boom, we got it. What do we say? Add. That's crazy work. Well, the problem is I say that all the time. All right, we got that's crazy work. Okay, let me okay, I feel good about this one. Let me see any others. Oh, mommy sleuths. Isn't that like the tip line though? Isn't that what tip line is though? Like when she shouts out the tip line, isn't she shouting, oh, you know what? Asking for information. That asking for information thing where she's like, oh, if you live in the building or if you work in the hospital, can you send me a tip? That's crazy work, man. That is just insane. Internet mom detectives is wild. We got timeline. Oh, no, we don't have timeline. We have time travel. Let's go with timeline. Oh, you know what? This one will be fun. Here we go. I'm going to add one I think will get a lot of people interested. Fake laugh. I'm on the other page. I said fake laugh. I'll take that one. So yeah, we already got Macron on here. So we got Macrons, and I know today she's gonna talk about the Macrons, so we already know that. It is on the thumbnail, so we good right there. Weird. I don't like. Yeah, I think this is solid. I'm feeling any combination, at least. I'm feeling good. She hasn't talked about Kanye in a hot minute. Kanye done got kicked to the curb. Kanye is out there on the curb. He's sitting by the dock of the bay. Okay, somebody said emails. I thought. Here, let's throw it in here. I thought I got an email. I thought it was on here. Hold on. I got random text. You know what? We'll do that. We'll do that. I got an email. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, don't worry about the bingo board now because I'm about to change it. So don't worry about pulling your bingo boards yet. I'm about to fix them in a second. All right. It looks like her fake laugh. I got it on there. Oh, that would be good. Okay. When she uses that term, I hate when she does that. All right, but that's almost guaranteed, right? All right. I feel good about it. Yes, everybody please pray for Erica and TPUSA. Okay, yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm stacking the deck here. I know she's gonna say Epstein today. Is that how you spell Epstein? I don't know. I don't care. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna put Ryan. What's the guy's name? The content creator that sat down with Brian Harple. Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan. That's his name. Because Sean Ryan did a post about essaying, child essays and such like that, and Candace replied to it. I can see her trying to use that to justify her behavior. I'm gonna put Sean Ryan in there because I really want, you know what? Oh, protect children. Okay, I'm stacking the deck because I want everybody to get bingo. If you don't get bingo today, man, but look, we're you know what? Very last thing, I'm gonna put Tucker in here just to make sure I've stacked the deck as high as I can stack it, if possible. We got Israel on there, is already on there. You see, when she says, I got the word lies on there, so when she says lies, we can get the derivative of it. I'll take that. Yeah, Sean Ryan I like Sean Ryan. I agree. We gotta put it in there. We got to. I can't keep it in there though. I'm gonna have to take it out eventually. But let's put Nimrod. Okay, that's it. And we got I got random Bible references. Okay, not in the Bible. Just in case she mentions the book of Enoch again, like she did yesterday. Now look, I'm stacking the deck high. All right, let me make this bingo board real quick. I'm trying to look. Everybody's gonna win today. Everybody's a winner. Am I promoting participation trophies? Not really. I don't think I'm promoting participation trophies. I'm promoting having a good time and everybody tapping in. So let me know if you think I'm promoting participation trophies. Let me know. All right, so don't get your bingo board yet. Okay, let me get a new color scheme. Let's get a new color scheme. Let's do green. Green looks good. I like it. Okay. I'm changing up. Okay. All right, here we go. Give me about 12 seconds, maybe a little bit more than 12 seconds. All right. All right. All right. Now, bang. Okay. Now the new bingo boards are up. If you would like to copy a new bingo board with our group project bingo boards. That's why I should have called it group project bingo board. Would have been crazy. Okay, now let me grab this link. Here it is right here. Just in case you don't have it or the mods, I got it for you right here. All right, there it is. Group project bingo board is crazy work. That is too funny. All right. And tweet it out. Okay, got it. All right, we got that done. All right, now let me go grab my bingo board. I'm gonna grab my own bingo board on my own. All right, let's see. There really is no rhyme or reason for the. Oh, this is so much better. Oh, I'm already feeling like I'm a winner. I'm already a winner with this board. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Y'all are like, what are we doing tonight? We're playing bingo. We play Candace bingo here because we don't take her seriously. All right, and there's no reason to do so. All right, so I got buried. My gut lies. I don't like Gary over at Paramount Tactical. Time travel or time machine, PSYOP, not in the Bible. Timeline, begging for information. Obscure YouTubers. Some of these are so overlapped, it's ridiculous. Fake and gay. Instead of there being a free space, it's make sure you hit the like button. Bada boom, we got that done. Fed slop, fake laugh, Macrons, Epstein, Sean Ryan, vibes, delegitimize, mispronounce. So that's crazy. Some of these are, I should have probably took some of those off. Now that I think about it. Because delegitimize and mispronounce are the same thing. Okay, whatever. Like I said, we going for blackout bingo tonight. Erica Burrow and CIA and I have messages. This is going to be a great game. I'm chomping at the bit. This is going to be a good one. Shout out for sure. Man, I could have put Gilgamesh on there, but she said Nimrod. And I'm sure she's going to do it again. So we got Israel on there. Israel's on there. It might not be on mine, but it's on there for sure. I needed to add Daily Wire. Oh, darn it. That was a good one too. That was a good one. I like that, Billy. I missed that one. I missed the opportunity. All right, what does brother Eric say? Shout out to Eric. Thank you so much for the support, man. Thank you, brother. He says, do you think Matt Walsh is tolerating Candace because he thinks empathy, respect, and effective communication will be more compelling? I think of the principle draw more flies with honey than vinegar. I don't know. And I mean, let's try to be fair. Let's try to be fair. Just because you're on the stage with that person, does that mean you affirm that person? No, not a bit. Okay. I don't think that just because somebody's on the stage with them, that you affirm them. However, it does still show for the organization. I still think that the organization, the Catholics Pray for America, they are affirming Candace. And I think they need to consider and think about what the image that they put forward. I don't think Matt Walsh primarily speaking there is supporting Candace. I think that's a lap too far. But to answer your question, that's where I would land. But thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Tammy with the 5 says this: you should play the interview Erica did with Chase Gallagher on Fox today. She looked so sad and afraid to smile. It was so sad. I didn't see this. Okay. I wonder how long it is. Maybe I can check it out while if we can pull it up before, let me see. Thank you for that. I will do my best if I can pull it in. It was just today. Is this Chase Gallagher? It looks like it was oh. Okay, let me double check, make sure this is. Oh no, it's not Erica though. Erica's not on here. Hold on. If the mods can find it while I'm sitting here, I don't want to keep bumbling that up. She did it today? I see them talking about Tyler Robinson today on Fox News. But I don't see Erica on it. I might be wrong. Thank you so much for the 5 here. First time catching you live, but always watch you. I just wanted to show you some love. You are literally my therapy, and I'm an actual therapist. Thank you so much for that. Hey, thank y'all. Y'all are my therapy, man. Y'all are the best. You're the best live chat on the internet. That's hilarious. Let me go pull this up real quick. Hold on one second. All right, what do we got here? Okay, people are. Oh, it is that one. Okay, that's the one. Oh, that's 17 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let me pull it in. Okay, let me pull it in. All right. Let's. It's 17 minutes. Maybe I can get it. Run it a little faster, maybe. Let me see if I can speed it up just a little smidgen, and maybe that'll help us so we can start the foolishness on time. Because we don't want to start the foolishness late. All right, here we go. I think I'm ready, Jason. Let's go. Is it if you don't mind, green hearts in the chat when you can hear. Let's go.
In a moment, we'll hear from Turning Point CEO Erica Kirk on how she's doing everything she can to keep her husband Charlie's mission alive and thriving. But first, Fox News correspondent Lucas Tomlinson takes a look at how faith is taking center stage in many of our country's biggest cultural and political moments.
My life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
6 months after an assassin's bullet nearly ended his life,
Father, we thank you.
President Trump returned to the White House vowing to return the importance of faith into all aspects of American life. He created a White House faith office and elevated religious advisors' roles within the administration. The president does not shy away from releasing images of himself praying with religious leaders. On the same day as the National Prayer Breakfast in February, he signed an executive order to address what he called anti-Christian bias and
Bring God back into our lives.
in addition to strong evangelical support, it was also young people.
Okay, I don't see the one that was today. I'm looking, scouring even. But this one I've seen before. As I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, I've seen this before. So I apologize for that mix up. That was my fault. Let me just see real quick. It was today. Not today. Yeah, I don't see one. I do see one about Tyler Robinson.
Erica Kirk seeks transparency.
So I don't keep bungling it up. Let me just wait. If I find it before, maybe we'll do a commercial break or something like that. But I don't want to keep bungling it up because I feel like I might mess it up there. Martha's show on Fox News. That's okay. I'll have time to look it up while we're watching the shenanigans, and I'll and if not, no rush. If I find it later, then I'll do it later. So I don't want to keep, because I feel like I might end up messing up something. So I don't want to keep doing that. But y'all, thank you so much. What we talking about? She said. We're just getting warmed up. Make sure you got your bingo board. This is gonna be crazy. Make sure I got my bingo board. Where'd it go? Okay, I got my bingo board. I'm popping. I'm ready. This is gonna be fun. I think we're good to go. All right. Yeah, the word shenanigans is growing on me for sure. It's growing on me. I like it. Let me see. Ooh, relics. Relics would have been a good one too. But see, she goes through like these seasons where she uses certain terms and there's not like a consistency. So she's used relics, but relics would have been a good one for sure. But I just don't know if we can bet that she's going to do it again. But she's been talking about like yesterday would have been a good day for relics to be on there. But does that mean it needs to be on there today though? That's what I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. All right. We're ready to pop. Okay, I think we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and clear out some of these open windows. Got some open windows here. We got to let those close. Thank you to everybody who's picked up one of the obscure YouTuber fan club t-shirts. Candace called Gary an obscure YouTuber. So in honor of that, we made a obscure YouTuber fan club t-shirt that's on the site. And there's been quite a few people who picked it up. Shout out to them. I just thought that was hilarious. And we make fun of Cantifa. We do. We don't treat you seriously. So even though you're here, we invite Cantifa to sit up here in front of the church. We mock you. We do mock you because what you're dealing with and what you've embraced is silly. It's clownish. It's ridiculous. So therefore, we go ahead and we just keep and we mock you. Please close the window with Umar and don't open it again. But then I told you knew who he was. I told you. Look, I'll bring him back now. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit the like button or I'm going to bring him back. Y'all don't want Umar back. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see where she is. Where's this chica? All right, it's over here. All right, she got a couple minutes left and she has not started her chicanery yet. So let's, I think what we can do in honor of that. Let's bring in our friend Ami Kozak. And let me tell you, I'm putting out an all call. I'm putting out a request. I want Ami Kozak on the show. I do. I think we deserve that. I want Ami to come on so we can have a conversation. I think it would be great. So if anybody has access, if he follows you or engages with you on one of these social platforms and he says, hey, I need somewhere to go one day, say, hey, Jason over the Jay Witt podcast wants you to come on. Okay, I would love to have Ami come on. All right, let's keep this going. Let's check out Ami. Let's go.
All right, you guys, let's get started. So apparently we don't believe in dreams anymore. Apparently we don't believe in dreams, even though once upon a time, of course we did. Think back to Martin Luther King, okay, MLK. Martin Luther King had a dream and everyone believed in that. They certainly believed in that. And I find that very interesting. MLK had a dream that we all just accept. He had a dream, but of course, Martin Luther King was a Zionist. I said it. He was, of course, a Zionist. He believed in global world government. MLK is, of course, likely connected to MK Ultra, MLK Ultra. I just find that interesting. It's one letter difference, but it's close, and we will be looking into that. Martin Luther King had a dream, and guess what? I did too. And luckily, on this week's episode, we're going to be looking at actual brain scans, okay? Brain scans of my brain while I was dreaming so that we can verify what my dreams said. I have with me today actual brain scans of my dreams that have been occurring. You're not going to believe it. This is an actual scan taken from my brain from my dream last night, okay? Pay close attention. This is my brain. This is an actual scan from my brain taken from a dream that's been reoccurring on a nightly basis. If you look closely, you can see there's clearly a person right there. And that person, of course, is none other than Andrew Colvett. So obvious. It's so obvious. There's Andrew, okay? Right there, holding a sign that says, I am a traitor. And of course, as you can see, he's surrounded by stars of Remfam, the hexagrams, as part of an occult. Clearly, this brain scan shows a confession, an admission. So my question then is, why are you hiding this, Andrew? Why are you hiding? Why won't you answer my calls or my texts? I stood outside your window last night holding this. You're clearly afraid, clearly a coward, clearly a liar, and I don't like liars. On the subject of dreams, if you dig deeper, turns out there was a song in 2001 by a band called O-Town called Liquid Dreams. Liquid Dreams, this was 2001, the year of 9/11, which I find interesting. If you look at the song lyrics of Liquid Dreams, you find something very interesting. I dreamed about a girl who's a mix of Destiny's Child, just a little touch of Madonna's wild style, with Janet Jackson's smile, okay? Throw in a body like Jennifer's, you've got the star of my liquid dreams. What, they were just doing human experimentation? Putting all of these celebrities together in a lab in the forest to design the perfect human? This is clearly one world government trying to engineer human beings. It's disgusting. It makes me sick. But on the subject of dreams, this song was called Liquid Dreams by a band called O-Town about genetically engineering human beings in laboratories and experiments. That's what they are trying to do to all of us. And we're not going to let them. Other brain scans for my dream came back, and they showed a depiction of me in a threesome with Tucker Carlson and his brother, Buckley, which I found interesting. Found that interesting. They just had a podcast together, so that makes sense why I would want to be involved in that. I would want to be involved in that to learn information. You guys, they think we're stupid. They think we're crazy. They think we're crazy. So stay tuned for next week. We're going to be doing more updates showing live brain scans in real time, and I've put the offer on the table for Turning Point USA to do a live stream with me while I sleep, responding to active brain scans. Something tells me they don't have the courage to show up to something like that. Thank you to all my mommy sleuths for continuing this investigation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go find out more of the truth. Thanks for watching, you guys.
All right. All right. Shout out to Ami Kozak. Kozak, please forgive me. Ami Kozak. I love that guy, man. Great content creator. And by the way, I want him to come on the show. So we need to make that happen. What do I need to do? Maybe I'll get him a t-shirt. I'll get a brain scan t-shirt and make it and give it to him. That's what I'll do. I don't know. We'll figure out something. I took whose license? Oh no, whose license? Oh my gosh. Who's getting their licenses revoked up in here? Shout out to you. There you go, Captain Jax. Good to see you, friend. All right. Yeah, his Candace is fun. Oh, by the way, now since he was impersonating Candace, you can go ahead and use. Hold on, let's bring that in. Let's talk about that. That counts on your bingo board. So let me see. He said Turning Point. I know, but I don't have Turning Point on here. Did he say Erica? I think he said Erica. I'm pretty sure he did. I don't like. He did say that. He did say, why are you lying? He said brain scan. I don't know. I don't remember. I should have been playing it while I was talking. While I was watching. That's what we're going to go with. Okay. Anyway, y'all can do it. Y'all make sure. Look, you can be creative in your solution finding, okay? We're cool with that. All right, let's see what she's got going on. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. He did say Andrew COVID. Did I have it on my board? I don't have Andrew on my board now. My new board does not have Andrew on it. But that doesn't mean that you don't have Andrew on yours. All right, whatever. Usually when she uploads her video and hits play, it just takes a while for it to start registering. I don't know why. All right. What is Jay? I saw the other day on Storybox, Jay showed a really funny video that was Candace Owens cartoon making fun of her. I know which one you're talking about. I feel like we've done that one. I just don't remember where it is. I remember it was on X. I remember that. And I don't remember where it is, but I'll look real quick, see if I can find it. I'm searching. All right. So she is still getting herself together, and I am do not see that video. So that's okay. We'll figure it out. I do have another fun palette cleanse that we'll probably introduce today. I think y'all will enjoy it. Just something different. Mix it up a little bit. A little diversity there. All right, so I got that one queued up. I'm ready for that. And I don't know why she has not gone live yet. Yeah, Jay is fantastic. Great content creator. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Got some news. Emmanuel Macron is gay. Why are you gay, Emmanuel Macron? When I said it, it was a conspiracy. Now these Epstein emails are getting released and people are looking up. And by people, I mean the mainstream media. They're willing to accept that maybe I was telling the truth. He's also married to a dude because he's gay, so that makes sense. But I guess we'll wait for the next email dump before the reliably dishonest press is prepared to admit that part too. What is up with these political unions? I have questions. This brings me to Erica Kirk. Upon further information, I no longer believe that she was with her mother on the morning of September 10th, and I am going to tell you guys why that is. Welcome back to Candace.
All right. So there we go. That's the vile and wicked. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate you for the very kind too. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I no longer believe it. Who cares?
There are so many directions that we could run into with the Epstein emails, but there's something that popped up that is very interesting to me. The 23andMe emails, the elites sending one another kits. Jeffrey Epstein, I'll show you two of them. First and foremost to Woody Allen. Woody Allen, that entire background story that Hollywood just accepts him is absolutely crazy to me. I'm glad that that is being relitigated regarding what he did to his own child when she was 7. But allegedly, I'll say allegedly. But look at this email that Jeffrey Epstein authored to Woody. It says, the 23andMe kits arrived and will be delivered to Woody and Soon-Yi to their home today. So I don't know who this actually went to, but he was getting this kit out to Woody Allen. And there's another email, this time to, who is this? They're always blocking out the names, but it says, hi, Sultan, can you please tell me who James Miller is? He is who you have billed the 30 kits to. Also, do I understand the shipping address is Jeffrey's home at 9 East 71st Street? We're talking about 23andMe kits. Do you guys remember that trend, by the way? For some reason, they came out and they told everybody, this is going to be amazing. Don't you want to know where you're from? As if they don't know where we're from. They're the ones that are trafficking people all over the world. We can help you. Just send us your DNA. And a lot of people did it. A lot of my friends did it. I was already like, seems a little suspect. It's a bit suspicious. I'm not going to do it at all. Well, interestingly enough, that particular project, 23andMe, or that particular business, also began shortly following our invasion into Iraq. I'll tell you why this matters, okay? So we invaded, as I mentioned yesterday, mid-2003, and we extracted Gilgamesh's tomb, roughly 2 years later. Well, in 2005, the now bankrupt company, 23andMe, came together where people began sending in those DNA kits to figure out their ancestry. I want you to park that in your mind as we revisit our military's strange efforts in the Middle East. I mentioned to you guys this man named Rob Skiba yesterday. He wrote a book entitled Babylon Rising. This came to me from an email tip. It was immediately interesting. Well, this man, it is alleged, was actually murdered for some of the research and the pieces that he...
Wow, she is going bonkers on our bingo board. I'm sorry. I think she is following our bingo board. She is doing her very best to make sure that you get blackout bingo. She didn't mention Gilgamesh, vibes, and of course, emails and tips. Y'all, man, she is doing her best. Candace is working for us to make sure that we win. I love it, man. She wants you to be a winner.
You were putting together because he was perhaps getting too close to the ultimate project of the elites. By the way, his son emailed me yesterday thanking me for bringing up his father and grateful that his father's work is still carrying on. I've not had time to email him back, but I did receive that email and I know that you are watching. And I'm also grateful that the work that your father did is getting new meaning. Anyway, I started watching the speech that his father, Rob Skiba, gave on the topic of his book, Babylon Rising. I explained to you that all of the elites are obsessed with Babylon, and any research that I do, it's all about Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. And I want to share to you some of these clips. It's Rob Skiba, and he's speaking about his book. Now, to tee this up, let's just get into a little bit of the history. He is positing a lot about the Tower of Babel. Obviously, we know this was built up, that this angered God. And Rob Skiba posits that it wasn't actually the height of the tower that was problematic. He believes that, or this is a theory, so don't be offended. Please don't send me emails about, whoa, this is not the teaching, this is not the doctrine. We're trying to not get to what is true or what you believe. We are trying to actually get to what the elites believe. Okay, we actually don't believe we should harm children. So if we're speaking about the elite's belief, you don't have to send me a lecture about what's wrong about it. The entire purpose of this podcast.
Okay, I'm trying not to stop a lot, and I do apologize. I had the music playing. Please forgive me, y'all. I apologize. I didn't hear it. It's not playing in my ear, but apparently it's playing toward y'all. We'll have a conversation about that. But it's adorable how. Well, first of all, she said we're not trying to get to what's true. I think that was a Freudian slip of epic proportions. But let's not digress. It's weird that she's digging into this deep conversation, and none of this. And this again, this is the opening 20 minutes, right? How is this at all going to tie to Charlie? There's no way possible. But instead of just believing that Tyler Robinson did it, and we need to find out some more nuances about why and what brought about Tyler Robinson, we're in Epic of Gilgamesh. We're at the Tower of Babel. Don't bring her any Bible. Don't explain to her biblically where she's off or where she might need to readjust. And let me also just point out, she wants us to believe that overnight she was able to parse through these emails and get to a random email by somebody, an author's son, that hit you up yesterday. Okay. I totally believe that. I totally believe that.
To tell you that the elites are satanic. Anyway, back to Nimrod building this Tower of Babel. Well, Rob Skiba posits, he's like, I don't think it was because the tower was high. We know that he built this to get back to heaven. He thinks that actually this tower that was being built was a technology because they wanted to get back into the heavenly realm. Now, if you have read Gilgamesh, there is a lot of astrotheology that's in it. Stargates. We know that the elites worship stars. We've covered that extensively. Well, in this particular clip, you're going to see Rob Skiba discuss the Book of Enoch, the one that I mentioned to you, going back to the beginning, the story of fallen angels. And he brings up something that is of geographical interest. Take a listen.
There are extra biblical texts, like the Book of Enoch and others, that go into more detail about what happened in Genesis 6. The Book of Enoch says that 200 fallen angels, a class of angels known as the Watchers, landed in this location right here. This is the center of a mountain range in southern Lebanon known as Mount Hermon. Now keep your eye right there as the camera pulls back and just kind of look at the outline of the topography right there. It's very interesting that it actually forms the shape of a goat. And one of the worst of the fallen angels was one by the name of Azazel. And Azazel is always associated with the goat. And you see that in Leviticus chapter 16. The scapegoat is in reference to Azazel. I find it interesting that the land itself actually kind of looks like a goat head. This gentleman depicted here is David Flynn. He recently passed away, but he turned the world upside down with some of his research.
I'm sorry. Yo. I did not see. We just got rid of cows and bears, and now we got to add goat back to the bingo board. What in the absolute living? What are we listening to? And what does this have to do? Isn't it funny that Candace will not discuss theology as it relates to Christ or the sinful state of man or how does man deal with their sinful state? She won't deal with that because she say you need to go talk to a priest. But she has zero problem platforming some wackadoodle that says that the land of Lebanon is shaped like a goat's head. Okay. Not a problem.
He was able to figure out that that location is 33.33 degrees north by 33.33 degrees east from the Paris prime meridian.
Oh my gosh.
Very interesting. What's 1/3 of 100? 33.3333%, right? How interesting that the fallen angels that participated in what I call the Genesis 6 experiment landed on the geographical location that fits their number on the crosshairs of 33.33. Something else David Flynn pointed out is that if you put a little marker there, and you can do this for yourself, that what I showed you there was from Google Earth. I did it for myself to check it out. But you can put a marker there and then draw a line from there to the Paris prime meridian. We go by Greenwich today, but originally it was the Paris was kind of the standard for a long time there. And that is, in the occult, is referred to as the devil's line.
So something that is a fact is that the elites are obsessed with goat heads, Baal worship. None of this is a conspiracy. Jeffrey Epstein worked for the Rothschilds. You were looking at a picture of the Rothschilds at their surrealist ball. The more research you do, you just sort of see this appearance over and over again of goat heads. Even if you get into Pan worship, Dionysus, all of these, occult, orgiastic cults that they've had since the beginning of time, so to speak. And just to give you guys a biblical recap, I should never assume. I know a lot of people are kind of now just going to church or just starting to pick up a Bible. So I can back this up for you. The story of man, just so you guys know, you're not an ape. You can throw away that chart. The biblical recap here: Satan is struck down by the archangel Saint Michael after a battle of good versus evil in heaven, because Satan is leading this rebellion against God. The rebellion fails. He is obviously expelled, and as a result, he no longer has access to God. This is our true history, our true heritage. This is what actually happened. Like I said, you're not a monkey. That middle school chart of, here's what happened, and then you were like, the Australopithecus, and then it was a Homo sapien. That's just nonsense, quote unquote, science. Now, these fallen angels, so to speak, also known as demons, then mate with humans. They produce Nephilim, giants, and their demonic pursuit never actually ends. They are still seeking to triumph God. So that enters in the story of Nimrod and him building this Tower of Babel as a return to heaven. So like I said, the biblical story is that as Nimrod is constructing this tower, God confuses language amongst the people, forcing them to abandon the project because they can't communicate with one another. So
I agree that the evolutionary chart is foolishness. What she's telling you is also right on par with the evolutionary chart. Bona fide, stir-fried foolishness. There are so many problems with this idea. If you really play it out to its full logical conclusion, you're in a place of insanity at some point, probably where she needs to be with that sweater. But no, this is just silliness. So y'all can laugh at this. And of course, you do know that you can click, this is not in the Bible. I'm going to give you timeline as well, real quick. I'm going to give you timeline as well as this is not in the Bible. She's pronounced everything right so far. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. All right. That's what we're going to take so far. But I'm sure it'll get worse, so stay tuned. Let's keep it going. Let's go.
Build this tower. So Ron Skiba's theory, if you're suspending, again, theological debate for a moment, I'm just telling you because we're looking into what he is saying the elites are after. His theory is that at the moment that occurred, once languages were confused, Nimrod became known as different names: Baal, Tammuz, Gilgamesh, and like I said, he is positing this. You can see this whole list: Dionysus, Bacchus. Yes, there is synergy between those cults and the practices, without question, historically speaking. Now, he's discussing this because he believes that the elites view Nimrod and or Gilgamesh as the Antichrist that they are working to try to resurrect for exactly that reason. And he reminds audiences that Gilgamesh, per the epic, was 2/3 God and 1/3 man. Take a listen. Super interesting.
Gilgamesh is said to be part God, part man. Jesus is God and man, right? Well, there's a similarity there. The Epic of Gilgamesh says that he was 1/3 man and 2/3 God. What's 1/3 of 100? 33.33%. What's 2/3? 66.6%. Interesting. And the 1/3 part of man, we are carbon-based organisms, right? The carbon molecule has 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons. So just by default, the number of man would be 666 by virtue of the carbon molecule. But this guy's got 6s all over him. Look up CERN.
So just take a second. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to break this up because the craziness, I don't want y'all to go crazy. I need y'all to stay the best live channel on the internet. So I'm supposed to believe that these people knew this. They knew about molecules and they knew about atoms. They knew about this very fine and distinct information, like measuring from here to Timbuktu and all that kind of stuff. They knew that, right? Come on, man. This is just dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. And the bad thing is, Candace is giving this a platform above her giving a platform about the guy that emailed her or anything else. Nothing else as valuable is getting this amount of time. That's just something to think about. Why is she doing that?
It's a very interesting facility. Look at this thing. The thing's huge. It's the Hadron Super Collider. Their stated objective is to recreate the Big Bang. Now, I don't believe in evolution myself, but I remember them teaching me evolution in school, and they said we got here from a Big Bang, right? So if we got here according to the way you think, and you want to, by a Big Bang, and you want to recreate the Big Bang, that can't be a good thing. They're trying to find the God particle. You know, what in the world are these guys doing? Look at their logo. It looks like 3 6s on top of each other. And everybody wants to talk about the separation of science and religion, right? They're usually, it seems like they're like this, right? You know, they're diametrically opposed. Well, it's interesting that all these scientists and people working over there on CERN decide to put the religious statue of the Hindu god Shiva outside the front door. Shiva is the god of destruction. They put the god of destruction, a huge statue dancing, looks like it's coming through a portal.
Like I said, you guys, please don't email me about whether or not you agree with him presenting this. Last time when I mentioned the Shiva Dionysus thing, people were like, no, Shiva is not Dionysus. There's so many books on that say that that's what it is, and they are written by people.
How many books have you read, though, Candace? Like, how many books? Why is it that you don't want people to push back? Like, don't push back on this topic. Like, you should be telling them, hey, email management. Now, maybe you won't get to them all. Okay, I got you. But why would you not want people to push back and you can explain to them, or maybe they can explain to you. Maybe they're explaining it and you just, when they share it with you, you'll be like, oh, I didn't really see that. To me, that seemed like an obtuse way to handle this.
That are Hindu, you guys can disagree amongst yourselves. I am just fascinated trying to get to the bottom of what it is that the elites believe. And it is just a fact that they do have that Shiva structure at CERN. CERN is obviously evil. I showed you guys the video of what they were doing, this ritual. These are quote unquote scientists that are dressed up in robes, stabbing someone, and they never gave an answer for this. Somebody caught them, recorded this, and they're like, oh, that was a joke. No further questions, no further answers. Shut this down. Something much deeper is going on here, something much more demonic. And the reason why I find this to be fascinating is because it's everything that I have learned studying Sigmund Freud. It's all coming together. I told you Sigmund Freud was a Satanist. He created a social science. You're talking about that blending of science and religion. You think it's different. It's not. Sigmund Freud is explicit that they create this science to mask their religion. Their religion consists of ritualistic sacrifice, harming innocent children. But if you say, I'm a doctor, I'm an expert, then suddenly, okay, people go, oh, okay, it's not that. This is not some demonic faith. Essentially, what Sigmund Freud is famous for is developing a breakthrough strategy. For
you know what? I remember now. You know what I want? I want Candace, if you're a Candace supporter, okay, fine. Candace has now convinced me that these people are a demonic faith, a demonic religion. What's the true religion, Candace? I would love for Candace, and maybe you, if you're a Candace supporter, if you're a member of Cantifa, maybe you could ask Candace to explain to you what is true faith. What is true faith? Because she's told you, you know, all this kind of stuff like that, whatever. Maybe you just say, you know what, I was believing it, now I don't believe it. But what's true faith? What is true faith, Candace Owens? That's what y'all need to start asking her. And I would love to know, like, if you get an answer from her that's anything valid, I would love to hear it. All right, let's go. How's my bingo board? My bingo board is doing pretty good. Let me see. I got 8 bingos, 8 squares so far. I'm looking for buried. I have messages, Sean Ryan and Burrow. But let's see what happens when we go. Let's go.
Elites, when they want to accomplish something from a religious perspective, all they have to do is present it to the public as a scientific breakthrough. Go back to COVID, right? Oh, the stay at home, save lives. What were they actually doing? We don't know what they were doing. We know what they weren't doing. They weren't creating a vaccine that guarded you against COVID. Roll up your sleeves. Let us inject you. What were they actually injecting into people's arms? We're the experts. Dr. Fauci, we're experts. That's all it takes. And people will suddenly begin to listen to these people and follow them as though they were religious leaders. So this brings me back to a 23andMe. If you follow that train of thought that they are actually doing things from a religious angle, a demonic angle, but they're presenting it as a science. What was this mass campaign to effectively collect everybody on Earth's DNA by saying, oh, look, we're going to help you with your ancestry? Well, take a listen to what Ron Skiba says.
2003, the body of Gilgamesh was found in the desert of Iraq. And I heard a recent interview with Tom Horn and Steve Quayle talking on Omega Man Radio. I'm just going to play a snippet of their radio show. This is what they had to say about this find.
Imagine the startling proposition that the Nephilim, the giants, the mighty men of old, the gods and children of the Watchers, could somehow rise up, could somehow be reconstituted inside of a body. And of course, I've discussed with you before my theory that one of the greatest legends in history could be a record of that having actually happened. And I'm referring to Nimrod, who some scholars also identify as Gilgamesh of Sumerian fame, Apollo of Greek fame, Osiris of Egyptian fame. And this Gilgamesh was a giant who a lot of people didn't even believe was anything more than myth until his grave marker was found a few years back. And then, according to some people, the military swooped in and took possession and control of that dig.
Hey, Tom, I want to interject something. I talked to a special operations general who validated that, and his words were he was in a state of remarkable preservation, okay? He said they have Gilgamesh's remains. So if they have Gilgamesh and he is Nimrod, they got it. And the whole point was to extract the DNA. And I've also been told that the whole point, and this is germane to what we're talking about, of the Human Genome Project is to locate specific genetic markers for the disembodied spirits to reanimate their host body that's brought back.
Interesting that the U.S. military started its military occupation phase of Iraq 1 month later. We all know we went into Iraq under false pretenses, right? They told us weapons of mass destruction, right? They said that we didn't find weapons of mass destruction, but I have a feeling we found the weapon of mass destruction, and we set up shop there immediately after that and established 500 military bases in the largest embassy of any other embassy on the entire planet in Babylon. Interesting.
How crazy that I watched this last night.
How crazy is it that you believe this? I'll just tell you right now, I don't believe in giants. I don't believe that the Nephilim angels can procreate with humans. You can email management. I know what you see in Genesis. I know what's in Job. I don't believe that that's what we're being told. But let me break this down and go back even further. Candace just played 3, maybe 4 minutes of this thought process. This guy teasing this out. But she has never shown you the email of somebody attempting on her life. She's never shown you the emails or the plane data of the Egyptian planes. But this information, which she admits she just read it or just found it yesterday, she still has not given you anything concrete that Tyler Robinson is not the one who deleted Charlie Kirk. But now we got all this information about CERN and Shiva, Nephilim, and Babylon. This woman is so unserious, it should be a crime. It should be a crime to be this unserious. I mean, really, like for real. Like, what are we doing here? And let's keep it going. I'm going to finish up.
I had no idea he said that. And I said that yesterday, like maybe they were actually looking for the weapon of mass destruction. And this is almost the only thing that makes sense. We are constantly being lied to about what we are doing. What the heck are we doing talking about Greenland? What is going on right now? Why does it seem like the elites are running some race against time almost? What's going on in Ukraine, actually? I've heard that even that could be ancient in terms of what they are trying to get and what they are trying to find. We need to actually...
What about the actual Christians that are being killed in Nigeria? What about that? What about the actual... See, now Candace doesn't seem... She literally skates over any other atrocities until you get to Gaza. Then she gets all hot and bothered. But she doesn't talk about the people that just died in Iran today. Though the people in Darfur, they don't get an honorable mention. Nobody else gets any attention. Like, you would think that nobody's getting killed. They're just running around here doing I Spy and Mission Impossible stuff. This woman is so unserious. I mean, I'm sorry. There's no way to make this serious. This is crazy work.
Pay attention. The elites are focused on something that has nothing to do with what we are being sold. And I very much believe this because we see Peter Thiel, who is like dead focused on discussing the Antichrist all the time. Are we supposed to believe that he's a faithful Christian? What is his interest in?
Who's Peter Thiel? Serious question. Is Peter Thiel your pastor? Your Sunday school teacher? Your Bible study leader? Like, who is Peter Thiel? I don't know anything about Peter Thiel. I don't know what he talks about. Why do I care? Like, Candace is so unserious. I'm almost thinking she's chumping us. I think she's punking us, y'all.
The Antichrist. Why are they obsessed with wanting to create life artificially, right? This push and the marketing toward IVF. Yes, of course, it can be a sensitive subject because people turn to IVF because they can't have children. But we are starting to see that the people that are creating this, it's not because they are wanting to help you have a child. It's because they seek to be the creators. You know, one of the things that happens here, the template, is that as soon as you side with the devil, you can't create. You cannot create. You have to steal. You have to enslave. You have to steal because you do not have any creativity within you. And so
what are you talking about? Okay, I'm gonna have to run that back. I don't want to, but I'm gonna run it back just a few seconds. That is the most brain dead. What is she talking about?
The template is that as soon as you side,
where do you get this template
devil,
from?
You can't create. You cannot create. You have to steal. You have to enslave. You have to steal because you do not have any creativity within you. And so I fully believe that we need to start having and examining all of the wars of past, what was going on in Afghanistan, like I said, what's going on in Ukraine today.
What about like Ukraine today? What about Nigeria today? What about Iran today? What about, I mean, I'm not minimizing what's going on in Ukraine, but there are other things going on. She only cares about this is crazy work, y'all. What is she talking about? What is the template? How do you know this template, Candace? Is it because you're an elite and you've been made privy to this?
Ends of what I believe these people are actually after. And it's very clear to me that they are on some demonic pursuit. So I wanted to show that to you before I get into this unbelievably explosive revelation that I have about Erica and her alibi. We'll be right back after a brief break.
So that was the opening.
Last year, Preborn helped rescue over 80,000 babies.
So that was the opening salvo. That was the opening salvo. So the biggest portion of getting people's attention, the biggest portion of capturing audiences' eyeballs, if you will, she spent on CERN, Dionysus, Babylon, and finding a perfectly preserved remains of Gilgamesh. Okay. All right. And she wants us to take her seriously. I take Amethyst Angel seriously. Does she know that the Mormons have the largest ancestry library in the United States? I don't think she does. I don't think she knows any of this stuff. I think she's making it up, truth be told. Utter stupidity. Thank you so much, Phantom, with the 5. The world then was not shaped like it is now. This is why these cultic people are so stupid and ignorant. I mean, that goes without saying, like as if land masses stay the exact same and they've never changed. Man, shout out to that, man. Thanks so much. MT is in the building. Orgoclastic, another one of Candace O's can't read. Or what did she say? Oregon. Okay, I don't know what that is. Was she trying to say organic? Was that what she was trying to say? I wasn't. Maybe I fell asleep. I don't know. I apologize. Shout out to you, MT. Thank you so much. Phantom says this. She has no clue. I would wage quit. And I think you meant rage quit over that. Yeah, I would definitely quit. Like, what are you talking about, Candace? And her producers are sitting right there while she's saying this. Candace has her head in the clouds. Thank you, Heather, with the 2. Let me tell you, they're up there. It's up there. Anderson, Andrea, please forgive me with the 2, says this. She believes in giants, but dinosaurs didn't exist. See? Like, it's just crazy work. That's why I'm saying, like, this is great. She's so unserious. Phantom says this, not all books are true. Candace Owens is just plainly stupid. Like, literally, she thinks that because it's in a book is true. Man, that's crazy. Amy, thank you so much for the dollar. No question, no comment. Just pure love of the game. Thank you so much, friend. And Phantom coming back around the block. Plainly not true. Sinners find new ways to sin. Absolutely. And Candace is definitely giving these people room to continue in their foolishness. So y'all, thank y'all so much. Let's bring this back in. Let's
Candace
go.
at checkout. Again, that's justthrivehealth.com/Candace, promo code Candace at checkout. Okay, so I am now pretty obsessed with trying to confirm Erica's story of September 10th. She said in the morning of September 10th, she was with her mother.
But Mitch Snow said that he saw her. It said 100% or 99%. Can't forget those eyes. You can't forget those eyes. He said it. So why are you doubling back, Candace? I thought Mitch Snow was the trump card, for lack of a better term. Everybody was supposed to repent. Everybody was going to be like, oh, yeah, we was at Fort Hakatua. Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, you don't trust what Mitch said? Okay. I'm just saying, let's get done.
Her mother was receiving a medical treatment, and she got the news when Mikey McCoy called her and collapsed in a parking lot. We don't really know what happens thereafter. Well, I'm kind of starting to put together the pieces. I figured out who Erica was with at the holistic clinic, and it surely further complicates matters for me. And foremost, just to address the minority of people who are still out there trying to psyop the public into believing that Erica has done absolutely nothing wrong and worthy of the public reaction that she is receiving. To those people, I would like to gently remind you that she is at the helm of an organization that raised $250 million in just a couple of months from basically a sympathizing public.
The lies that you tell. I'm going to back this up. I got a feeling that Candace is telling us why she hates Erica. Somebody already got bingo. Shout out. Okay, let's run this back and pay attention to this. Is she telling us why she hates Erica? Let's listen.
Those people, I would like to gently remind you that she is at the helm of an organization that raised $250 million in just a couple of months from basically a sympathizing public. The sympathy was rightfully garnered after the horrific assassination of Charlie Kirk. Now she has been the CEO that is caught lying, outright lying, and has also delivered some severe misrepresentations and put together this list of them so that you recognize that something is not right. Okay. 1, Superman neck. That was the beginning of this entire thing when the entire world snapped into the recognition that something was very wrong. Andrew Colvett, she heard the story.
Can somebody tell me, has Erica Kurt ever said anything pertaining to this? Or, has she written about it, talked about it on a newscast, or anything to confirm the quote unquote Superman neck thing, which sounds retarded, and Candace keeps saying it because it's already been debunked. So that only goes to show how unfaithful Candace is. But has she ever said anything? So it's interesting to me, how is Erica lying if Erica's never said anything about it? Where are we getting that Erica ever said anything?
And she said that Andrew Colbert and the surgeon went rogue. That's not true. The reality is her and Andrew called the doctor together, three-way call, on the day of Charlie's funeral.
Wait, hold on, Jason. Candace just said that Erica and Andrew were on the phone, and that's how it all happened. Let me ask you a serious question, a very serious question. Come close. You actually believe Candace Owens? You actually believe this? You believe that this happened? Okay. I'm sorry. We have no verifiable evidence. Nothing to tell us that this is a true statement, except all we've heard from it really is from Candace and Andrew's tweet. That's all we got. We have nothing else. Show me something else besides Candace and Andrew's tweet that corroborates or dispels this statement about the Superman neck situation.
Quote, came from Erica. Okay, he didn't violate HIPAA, nor did I ever for a moment believe that he did. I could have maybe believed that Andrew Kovach went rogue tweeting something. I definitely did not believe that the surgeon just spoke to a PR agent without Erica's permission. Number two, she told us that Charlie did not text anyone the night before in fear for his life. That's what she told Glenn Beck. The reality, I have his phone. That never happened. The reality is that Charlie texted both Andrew Kovach and Dan Flood the night before, saying that he feared he was going to be killed after he was engaged in a discussion about him removing his support from Israel, and after he then had to have this call with a rabbi dead in the middle of the night while the rabbi was in Israel and Josh Hammer, and they're telling us he just wanted tips on how to debate. And then, of course...
It's odd that Candace, first of all, she has information that she was not privy to. I don't know how she got it. But when Josh Hammer plays and showed the full text exchange, the WhatsApp exchange, by the way, I don't know, are we considering WhatsApp messages text messages? So, I mean, we could be getting into semantics, but the woman said she didn't have a text message, or he didn't send a text message. It was a WhatsApp message, and we now know that it was a WhatsApp message. Are we really going to hold somebody and say you lied because you said it wasn't a text message when truly it was a WhatsApp? Because Candace is the one that didn't know the difference between a text message and a Discord message. Remember that? But I digress. Let me go back. So when Josh Hammer showed the message, the full message, not just the little snippet that Candace had, it makes perfect sense, and it does jibe with what we believe. So why is that a lie? Again, this is tiresome.
He got tips on how to debate and was super happy, but then said they're going to kill me. That all feels wrong and weird.
Because it wasn't them, you dingbat.
Even builds upon that lie, because then we were told, well, the reason for that is because Dan Flood and Andrew Kovach messaged him on a third-party app, and that's why I didn't know that was set for deletion. Well, the reality, as I broke to you all the other day, is that Dan Flood actually messaged him on iMessage. If you're Tyler Robinson's defense, you may want to get that text message. We should be subpoenaing those text messages. I really would love to see Charlie's text messages the night before, see how friendly these conversations really were and how he was actually feeling about certain things.
She's literally advising the Tyler Robinson defense team. You don't despise Candace Owens enough.
We go on. Mikey called me within seconds. The reality is Mikey called Elizabeth first. For some reason, she was completely rinsed out of the story, Elizabeth McCoy. And then they conference called Erica over 3 minutes later. She said he called me within seconds. Okay, maybe she thought that. We can give her a little bit of an inch there. Very strange that Erica did not know that Andrew's wife was aboard the plane to Utah with Andrew, because Andrew said that when he landed in Provo, he and Erica collapsed into one another's arms. And when I asked the question whether or not he flew with his wife, Erica was unable or unwilling to answer. And they said they would get back to me. And then they got back to me after our meeting and said, yes.
Because saying that the woman wasn't on the plane, that means you put a hit out on your husband. This woman is, I'm sorry, y'all, this is dumb. I really need, I thought we were going to get like information. Like,
that's a month difference. But I don't think that if you had finished your book in July, that you would say the exact sentence to Megyn Kelly, I am currently writing a book about the Sabbath. Again, it's a minor detail. Kind of want to harp on that minor detail because
you're retarded.
It's strange to me about that being kind of the first PR push. Charlie was a Christian, but we're going to talk about this. And I promise he finished this book. This was all him. He wrote the last chapter. Well, why didn't he say to Megyn Kelly, I just finished a book. I just finished writing a book about the Sabbath. I feel like that's what he would say. But no, he was saying that as he was angrily referring to people that were calling him anti-Semitic and how they were pushing him away. And Erica has never spoken about that, ever, about what he was going through. In fact, in many ways, she has partnered with the very people that were pressuring him. There's been no flack toward them, but flack toward people who are investigating her husband's murder. So now I'm locked in. I'm focused on the alibi, and I have now made a pretty
because you're focused on the alibi. But I thought Mitch Snow was the crew that was it. We shouldn't be focused. There should have been no alibi because Mitch Snow said it. This is some wild work, y'all.
I will say allegedly, because you're supposed to say allegedly, this is a pretty strong series of tips that I received that Erica was with a woman named Tracy Martin. Now, she might be familiar to some of you guys who are in Arizona because she is regularly at Dream City Church. You guys might remember Dream City Church when Charlie was doing a series of speeches. He would do that weekly at Dream City Church. This began with COVID. This gets back to the TPUSA faith origin story, kind of begins with Rob McCoy and then Dream City Church and lockdowns. We'll get more into that in the coming days.
What's Rob McCoy got to do with Dream City? Is Rob McCoy the pastor there? This woman is so evil. This is wild work, y'all. This is some high grade, weapons grade foolishness.
But Tracy Martin, it's actually bigger than that. Tracy Martin has known Erica for years. Now, allegedly, she was with Erica when Mikey and Elizabeth called. My question is why? If you're with your mother and your mother is receiving a treatment and your mother is vulnerable, why are you bringing Tracy with you? In fact, I'm being told that her and her mother were not together.
By who? But
now, I can tell you,
who is this person telling you this? How do we know what you're being told is true? Like, how do we know what you've been told is true? And I think we can all agree, like maybe Tracy knows her mom. I don't know how old Tracy is. Maybe she's her mom's friend, but she's like younger than her mom, but older than Erica. So she treats her like an aunt, maybe, or something like that. Like, why is that weird? The fact that she finds this stuff weird, I really do pray that she never has to experience being on this side of scrutiny, on the Erica Kurt side of scrutiny, because this woman's disdain for just the bare minimum, the minute details, is crazy and insane work. I hope she never ends up being treated like she's treating this woman, just over something that's so asinine. Ooh, she was with Tracy, but she just said that she was there with the training, with this getting the therapy. So who cares who she was with? She was with her mom. This is wild.
like I said, that Tracy has known Erica for 15 years. And I'm going to show you a clip of Tracy. Later on in this clip, she kind of talks about me and the conspiracies and things of that nature, because that's obligatory. Here's Tracy discussing their very long friendship. Take a listen.
Erica Kirk has been a dear friend of mine for almost 15 years. We have done multiple projects together. She wrote the foreword to my book. The photo that has been circulating around that says a Left Eye Club, this is the cuff that she's wearing. I designed it. Those are my jewelry pieces. This was an editorial shot that I actually styled and wanted to get all the products in one shot. Oh, and the Romanian Angels? Yeah, that was a project that a bunch of us were blessed to be a part of because Erica put it together. And we would get a wish list around Christmas time.
Look at her face.
Some children who wanted nothing more than barrettes.
Look at her face.
Brushes, personal care items, pencils, school supplies, and we would all go out and go shopping, and we would wrap it up, and it was such a wonderful thing because we would have specific paper that we would wrap our gifts in, and my daughters would then watch the video that Erica would send back to us once the distribution and they were delivered, and we could see the children opening these beautiful gifts, and we knew that we were making an impact all the way around the world. And that's what type of person Erica is. Starting a nonprofit at 17, instead of looking at that as like, how do you do that? Exactly, how do you do that? Unless you're someone like Erica, that's how you do that.
Yeah, she's an Erica stan. She's known her for a very long time. She's known her family for a very long time. She knows Erica's mother for sure. There's a picture of them at least.
So what's wrong? Can somebody tell me what is the problem though? What's the problem? So what? Like the it's the jealousy for me. The fact that like, okay, so what? She has friends. Like, where are your friends, Candace? I think that's the problem we need to ask. Like, good gracious.
Her life since Erica's pageant days, she had been following her to Romania. This woman grew up wealthy, by the way. Done some early prodding into her, but she's from Missouri, which has been one of those regular stops on the Egyptian plains, and she grew up wealthy, riding horses. And I would like to know more about her. I would like to know more about Tracy Martin. because I'm also unable to determine what exactly it is that her husband does. I'm interested in knowing more about Tracy Martin, so I will leave that there. We'll have a lot more for you on that and where the story is going and what else I know about that day, which leads me to believe that Erica Kirk was not with her mother on September 10th. I will state that. I do not believe that Erica Kirk was with Lori Fonfrey on September
Because
10th.
she was supposed to be. Well, you already told us she wasn't there, Candace. Remember? Mitch Snow told us she wasn't. So you should not be tracking on that. You should be like, oh, I know she wasn't there because Mitch Snow said it. You never forget. Hold on one second. You never forget those eyes. Like, Candace, why are you backtracking on Mitch Snow? Why are you leaving Mitch out in the cold? Baby, it's cold outside. 30 degrees. Let's go.
Martin, who is her husband. What does he do?
Cares?
Rather, I do know her husband. What's his first name? You guys remind me. I can't remember. Is it Thomas Martin? That's his name. I'm not exactly sure what.
Why does that matter?
So I'm interested to hear that. And I'll leave it at that. Email us at moretips@CandaceOwens.com. Dream City Church is coming up a lot. People have emailed me about Dream City Church and about that Pastor Luke and his involvement and things that he said on stage afterward.
Wow. Now she done brought up another church. Yo. What's Dream City got to do with, what does that got to do with Charlie Kirk? Yo, that's some nasty work.
Very interesting. And again, going back to the Turning Point USA faith, the radical shift almost that Turning Point made from discussing free market and capitalism to being all about faith and the pastors. And what was guiding that seems to be Erica, his very faithful, soon-to-be Christian wife, encouraging him to lean further into the world of pastors in Calvary Chapel and Dream City Church. Again, more on that tomorrow. Just want to give a shout out to Emmanuel Macron for being in the Epstein files.
But what about your friend John Mappin? How about him? He's in the Epstein files too. And he's in Scientology. It's adorable to me that Candace knows so little about orthodox biblical truth, but everything that is on the fringes and everything that's in wackadoodle crazy land, giants and DNA of aliens, she's all in that. She has no problem talking about that even. But talk about faith, oh, you got to get a priest. I don't know all that stuff. I'm a baby. That's crazy work, y'all. Look, now that would be crazy if George was in the Epstein files. That, oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. God, please.
You know how the elites get down. Anyways, it's very funny.
The elites.
This text chain that is happening. They are discussing Emmanuel Macron's boyfriend. It is Epstein. And I believe in other chats, he's talking with Steve Bannon. And this says, along with some other tidbits, I was shown a photo of Macron's boyfriend. Hypocrisy. There are more emails referencing the fact that Emmanuel Macron is gay. And I think the biggest clue was that he married a dude. But apparently now people are willing to accept that Emmanuel Macron is not a straight Catholic man by any stretch of an imagination. No, in fact, I know his trigger. His trigger is MK Ultra. And his trigger is anybody that discusses his wife. And there's something there. Okay. Now that we are kind of graduating into the Epstein files as a society, you can start to separate that all of these facts from fiction and recognize that the media is out there to consistently lie and to protect the elites. They have money, they have power, they do not have the truth on their side. And many of these things that you may have thought were conspiracies, things that I grew up thinking were conspiracies, are so obviously not conspiracies at all.
What happened?
Yeah, a lot more that is coming out, and it's getting interesting. But we can put that as another thing that I was right about. Unfortunately, I don't want to be right about these things sometimes. But when it came to Emmanuel Macron, yeah, that's been pretty obvious. Any woman looks at Brigitte and just goes, nah, nope, something not right there. We'll be right back after a brief break to get to your comments. All right,
Yeah,
guys,
so
one of the reasons
I just want to
have
point out
stayed with
again,
you,
like
you
this
know,
is the lion's share of her show. Like literally, her show has been. We had the Epic of Gilgamesh. We have Nephilim, DNA, and the such of that nature. That's crazy work, y'all. That is bananas. Shout out. Thank you so much for the 2. Template. Oh, is that what? Oh, she did mispronounce that. You're right. Template. That's crazy. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Slayer Princess with the 5. She is so focused on the pagan and evil things but spends no time on what is true and saving and only hope, Jesus Christ, our Savior. Please, in the chat, just put no time. Please just flood the chat with no time. She has no time. She can spend, again, talking about the Epic of Gilgamesh. I know more about Gilgamesh than I know about the plan of salvation outlined in Scripture, more than I know the gospel, because of Candace. And so that means her audience is not hearing, they're hearing about the devil. They're hearing about Baal and the goat head and Gilgamesh, but they're not hearing about Christ. That's it. They hear more about the Antichrist, truth be told. That's crazy work, man. Shout out, Slayer Princess. Very keen observation. I love it. What's Jax say right here? Jax and I are connected right here. Thank you for the 10. I'm just going to say this. You can't hate Candace enough. She is pure evil. Someone please call an exorcist. No, I'm right there with you. No, I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate it. I disagree. I hope she gets everything she dishes out. Don't tell anybody, but I do too. It's just the right thing to say that you don't want it. But I do too. Trust me. Wait, that's just me and you here, right? Okay. Don't tell anybody. Shout out for sure. Red Bill, thank you so much for the 5. Mitch said on the 8th, Candace is saying Erica was not with her mom on the 10th. Is that what the dates and time? Do I got the dates wrong? Okay, I'll take it. If I'm wrong with it, I'll take it. I'll accept it. But I think it's interesting. In order to make her case, she has not brought up Mitch Snow. That's where I'm going with that. But I'll take it if I am wrong about what Mitch Snow said. And maybe I need to go back and run the tape back. Maybe. That's fine. I'm sure that the Cantifa sleuths will make sure I'm square. But no, I appreciate it. If I'm wrong with that, then I'll take it. Thank you very much for that. And what do we have here? Amethyst says this. She pronounced bowel. Bowel. That is true. She did say that. She did. Thank you so much for the 2. Let's get done with this though, y'all, because I got a long night. So let me get this going. All right, let's go.
I'd like to remind you all that the Egyptian plane that left, there was one that left the morning.
Where's the data?
One that stayed and was transponding
This poor
intermittently.
woman.
It did not fly, but it was transponding on the tarmac. Somebody on it communicating, that would be a pretty obvious thing to do. If you don't want your communications to be tracked, you get on a foreign plane and communicate that way. I'm starting to get that vibe. Everywhere that there is panic, it seems to be that we are close to something, and the Egyptian plane panic was so consistent, so loud, and it never stopped. They were so vociferous about the Egyptian planes. Oh my God, it's like they just went a little too crazy. And like I said, these planes have been tracking Turning Point USA faith people. So was somebody else?
Y'all, please stop this woman. I just love, I'm sorry, of all the things that Candace does that I totally despise, I despise the most, the least, however you want to say it. I say it in tongue in cheek, how she says that anybody calling her out is panicking. That is the funniest thing to me. Maybe I need to add that to the bingo board. Like, ma'am, nobody's panicking. We're making fun of you. We're making fun of you. I'm not panicking because it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother most of the people on this internet. Matter of fact, it don't bother Candace, truth be told. Let's tell the truth. Shame the devil. So if it mattered, you would have already posted your Egyptian plane data on your website per what you said 3 separate times if it was really that important. But it's not. So it's not really that important to us either. And we're just going to keep making fun of it. Thank you so much for the 2. I hope she gets the karma she so deserves. Thank you so much for the 2, darling. Nikki, I appreciate you. And I want her to get judgment. No question, no argument from me. I'm confused. Why care if Brigitte is a man or a woman, even before Charlie? Slasky, I've been asking this since since probably one of the very first videos I did about Candace and the Brigitte Macron debacle, macabre. I've been saying it, like, what does it matter? What is the point? It doesn't matter. Like, it's a big nothing. And I've said this before, fine. If they prove that Brigitte Macron is a dude, guess what? They're still married. And now you said he's gay. So if they come and find out that he's a man, guess what? He's like, fine, I rock with a dude. So nothing's going to change. Not one solitary thing's going to change. Nobody's going to go to jail. No laws will be changed. No policies are going to be enacted. None of that. It's just going to be like, just like Candace sitting right here, like she's trying to, like she's sitting on the, like she having a bowel movement. I mean, none of it's going to matter. That's the part that is completely boggles my mind. Like, you do realize none of this is going to change. Nothing's going to change from this. All right, let's go. Let's get back to this. Thank you again, everybody. Let's finish up. Let's go.
On that plane while it was transponding, we're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
They're not going to get away with what happened to Charlie Kirk.
They're not going to do it.
Reminding you guys that we have new merch on our website. You can also buy the autographed bundle, a hard copy of Make Him a Sandwich and Blackout, both.
You can actually go to the Jay Witt store and get you an obscure YouTuber fan club t-shirt. Go ahead and make that happen. That would be great. That would be fantastic. And Candace wants you to do this. And she's telling you right now, go to Jason's channel, go to his page and support the brother. He's trying to make it happen. Grab yourself a hoodie, grab yourself a t-shirt, grab 2 of them, grab 3. Tell a friend, tell a friend. That's what she's trying to tell y'all. And I agree with Candace. I don't agree with Candace often, but I agree with her there. And I think that's the right thing for her to say. I agree. I just realized that's what you get, my boy. Okay, here we go. Bring it back in. All right. That's what I get. That's exactly 1,000% what I get. Trying to be funny. Here we go. All right. Finish this up, Jason. Let's go.
This episode is regarding 9/11. Ray Faust writes, a passport in mint condition, like a steel neck stopping bullets. That was the only thing I feel that was missing from the Fed slop narrative, is we just needed like an as Tyler Robinson jumped off of the rooftop, he accidentally dropped his driver's license. I guess that they kind of did. Like, I think they updated it for the Times, and that was a Discord chat. It's like, he laid out everything. He didn't even miss a step of what he did. Obviously, yesterday, I'm sure you saw that already they've had to admit something that I already told you on the show, that there are multiple sets of prints on the gun. They literally don't have a smoking gun because the bomb dogs could not smell the gun, which means that it was just planted there. And they can't connect the gun to Charlie because the 30-06 was supposed to go through. And that's why Tara was supposed to get those cameras down. And we were never supposed to see anything again because it didn't go through.
Wow. Yo, she bringing it back. She running it back old school. She done brought back the old school lie. Whatever. Just let it go, Jason. Don't even worry about it.
Maybe they were going to AI it or something. Who knows what they were going to.
Wow.
That fell apart. I don't even know what this case is running on other than just the, I guess the courage of our elites. I guess the FBI and the elites are just like, well, we can do whatever we want. What are you going to do about it? We can make up things, sell you fairy tales, and there's nothing you can do about it. We can murder people in broad daylight, live stream it. And what are you guys going to do about it? That's what it feels like now. That's what it's going on.
So now it's the elites. Somebody's going to have to, oh my gosh, man. There was a list, and I don't remember. I might have a copy of it too, like a list of everybody who has been accused of this. And now it's just outright the elites. The elites did it. When before it was the U.S. government, before that it was Israel, then France, and now it's just outright the elites did it. They did it. The elites, whoever they are, they run around. They're like gangs, like the Sharks and the Jets. They run around and they just do stuff. This is craziness.
And just the gumption, you know.
She's so
Moderator
unserious.
Marzi writes, the internet just released the files in a more readable format. It's called jmail.world. You type it in the search bar and it brings you to a site that lets people view the files as a Gmail user interface. I did get some emails about that, and apparently that is true. And I think that I will be going through that. Tatiana writes, am I the only one who thinks that this generation will live eternal in flesh? And that's why End Human Fight is all about? I think that you might have typoed there. Maybe you meant like I'm not sure what you meant there. Angie writes, hi, Ben, Team Candace for life. Hey, Ben. Benjamin, we know that you watch every episode of this show. So we look forward to you producing some clips from it, as you always do. AZ Master Baker writes, fully believe the COVID tests were just to collect DNA. That's why it doesn't matter if they were accurate. Also, maybe the collecting of DNA is to find Nimrod's descendants. That's super interesting. Yes, that was another thing, like all the way up the nose, like touching your brain. That was weird. Very weird. And they just needed to have your DNA. They have an obsession with DNA. None of this is conspiracy. It's been so in our face. Bobby writes, Satan is the great counterfeiter. He has never, nor can he ever create anything. That is why he hates God so much. Yeah, I'm telling you, you always know when you're dealing with Satan's children because they can't create. It's like they just don't have it. They don't have the juice. They can't. They're constantly trying to steal, get people into these tricky contracts, people that are actually talented into these never-ending contracts or like slave contracts because they have to. They literally have to. They cannot create beauty. They can only steal it. They are naturally destructive. American Jet Set.
What does contracts have to do with, like, right? So touching the brain. Well, clearly they were never touching Candace's. That's for sure. That's some crazy work. Like, what are you talking? I'm sorry, y'all. This is painful. Let's go.
Writes, Rob was amazing, and I'm so glad that you found his work. We are in a battle thousands of years long, and it is all about the Babylonian ascension. I'm so glad that you are bringing this to the masses. Wow. Me too. I'm glad that I sort of stumbled into all of this and truly could credit Sigmund Freud with this, because I just realized something was very wrong with him. And the further I looked, the more wrong it got. And the more wrong it got, the more it led me to this sort of ancient dialogue. I mean, ancient battle that's been happening since the beginning of time. Again,
that is some wild work. And again, I'm going to say this again. Candace has fed her mind. I'm still reading a book a week. I've been reading a lot of audio. I've been using a lot of audiobooks this year because I've just been doing a lot of other work. But I still read a book a week. And the more you feast on slop and foolishness and chicanery and don't balance it out with stuff, that's where you get Candace. That's where she is. Because she's been talking about that Sigmund Freud book and that chaos book for, I think, better part of 2 years. And that's why her content is so chaotic. That's why all she talks about is conspiracies. And I'm not saying that they're not real valid conspiracies. There are valid conspiracies. And some that we don't know the fullness of them. But she doesn't do anything else, though. And that's just going to be where I end with that. Let's finish this up.
Good news. You are not a monkey. The scientists want you to think so. They're like, oh, it's so great. We push the world forward. No, guys, it was never enlightenment. It was the darkening of mankind. You have no idea where you come from. That was the whole goal. We're going to give you stuff. You'll have no idea where you come from. We're going to sell you science as we destroy parts of your soul. We're going to feed you pornography, which is literally a spiritual weapon. They have been fighting a spiritual game. Like I said, we were just the muggles and didn't realize this. So be happy because it's real and we're Team God. So we're going to win.
What does Team God mean?
God's already won. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
What does Team God mean? Like, what does that mean? I'm not trying to be obtuse. What does that mean from Candace? If you're a Cantifa member, what does that mean, Team God? What does that mean? I'm Team God. Like, is y'all got uniforms? What sport are y'all playing? How does it work out? Like, what does that mean? It just sounds dumb. And I really truly believe that peddles and moves in a space of just creating dummies, just outright idiots that would follow this stuff. That's crazy work, man. And wild work. Okay, shout out for sure. Thank you so much. I'm confused. Why do we care? Yes, I agree with you. Like, what does it matter? And let's just be honest. You do realize that Candace's investigations will yield no results. All of this muckraking that she's doing is not going to change one thing. Nothing. Why would the Egyptian planes track TP USA Faith? I don't know. According to her, they are on the same team. No one tracks people that they're on the same side. Thank you, Phantom, with the 5. I don't know, man. The woman's certifiable at this point. I think it's well past game plan. Well, there we go. Red said, look, thank you so much for the 2. Said, look, I already ordered me a shirt. Well, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to you checking it out soon. Can you make a shirt with Candace actually making a sandwich? That would be funny. I did make the obscure YouTuber account. I had my editor make it, make the fan club graphic. We can make one. I'm sure we could. That would be ridiculous. The problem is her husband probably ain't in the chat. Do you really believe she makes a sandwich? Be cool. Get out of here. She is an actress, so she has the gift of articulation, and with her mispronunciation of words reveals her low IQ in reading and comprehension levels. Yeah, like the fact that she's talking about this theory, the giants, and again, I don't believe that the Nephilim were giants, and I definitely don't believe that they were angel human hybrids. I'm sorry, scripture doesn't support that. But let's go back to it. The fact that she will believe that, but she won't believe in dinosaurs, or she believes that the earth is flat. That's crazy work, man. That is some high level weapons grade crazy work. Hold on. Did you see Milk Bar's tweet on Candace Owens' IG membership loss? You know, I looked at that, and let's pull that in real quick. I did find somebody who shout out to Amy. I don't want to put people's whole names out there, but Amy did send me the Erica Kirk interview. So now that I have it, I will gladly pull it up. So let me do that real quick, and then I'll pull up Milk Bar, and we'll talk a little bit. And I need to actually do some work in the studio tonight.
Full transparency.
Got to do some wire management up in here, y'all. I try to keep as I'm doing upgrades, I have a lot of extra wires that have been replaced, or their equipment is no longer here, but they're through these different zip ties and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit crazy here, and I don't like that when I kick my foot, I hit a wire now. So tonight I'm gonna actually take it apart and redo it. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better tomorrow. Anyway, let's pull this in. They're like, Jason, I didn't want to know that. I want to hear about Erica. All right, shout out to Erica. Let's go. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
Continue it forward.
I wonder when you talk about, the trial of Tyler Robinson, and you have been very forthright saying, listen, I think we need cameras in court. And the reason you say we need cameras in court is not because you want this to be, you want this to be on the record. You want everything to be on the record. You want transparency, and you want to make sure there is nobody trying to twist this in any kind of outlying organization trying to twist this into something it's not. Is that a fair assessment of why you want this thing out there and transparent?
Absolutely. I want there to be no hesitation in understanding of what happened to my husband that day. I want there to always be full transparency, because what I don't want to have happen is for there not to be, and then I am relying then on social media and other news outlets to explain the narrative, rather than saying, hey, this is what happened. This is what here's all of the, it's hard, all of the facts on the table for you guys to see. And you guys can see on full display what happened to my husband. And there is no ifs, ands, or buts or confusion as to who did it and why.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to end on that. I want to talk about something uplifting, that the halftime,
Okay, so apparently TPUSA is going to be doing a halftime show during the Super Bowl, which, by the way, I forgot the Super Bowl is this weekend. So TPU, and I'll find out a little bit more about it. I had not planned on watching the game at all. I haven't intentionally watched the game in some time. So I don't know if I don't know what we're going to be doing. So I'm not going to even promise you that we're going to watch the game or live stream it or watch party it. I'm not going to even lie to you, because I think I'm just making it up. But we will. I'll keep you posted for sure. Okay, I also told you about Milk Bar. So let's go ahead and look at what Milk Bar did. And we're talking about those stats for Candace. Okay, let's pull this in. And if you haven't seen it, on Social Blade, you can see all of, let me pull this up so you can give you a little context. Okay, on Social Blade, you can see how a YouTuber is or content creator is doing on various social platforms. I believe you can do it on Twitter, Instagram, of course, YouTube. I think you can do it on Twitch as well. But anyway, it just shows you how well their channels are growing. All right, so here it is. Nathan Livingstone says this. Candace Owens is hemorrhaging followers on IG, Instagram. 23,000 followers in the last, down 23,000 followers in the last 14 days, 50,000 in the last 30. Context, she's dropped from 6.5 million to 6.14 million IG followers in just weeks. Daily average loss 1,600 followers. Multiple days saw 2,000 to 3,800 followers vanish overnight. Engagement rates sit at 0.5%. 0.5%. So that's not good at all. Weak for an account this size. Zooming out, after massive spike in September 2025 after Charlie Kirk's death, 439,000 followers in 1 week. The trend has steadily reversed. What looks like rapid growth now looks more like rapid corrosion. This is an intentional behavior, not noise. This steady bleed, often 1,000 to 3,000 plus followers on IG loss per day, suggests people aren't merely engaging, they're actively rejecting Candace Owens' IG as 2026 begins. Okay, so let's pull this in so you can see. And the mods could also drop Milk Bar's information in here so they can, if you on X, you want to go check it out. So this is where it was on January 12th, 2026. This is where she is on February 4th, just this morning, 2026. So it does look pretty bad. I'm just only question I have is why has she only put up one post in basically, it looks like 3 weeks. That's my only question. Like, why does she only put up one post? She went from 23 posts on the 12th to 24 posts on the 4th of February. That would be, that probably would lend itself to this. Okay, so here's her Social Blade. If you go to Social Blade, put in her information and you'll select Instagram. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll put it in real quick so we can see it. Then I can zoom in a little bit better. All right. So you got Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok. There we go. All right. So, all right. Let me pull it in just so we can see a little bit. We can see it ourselves. And share that tab. Bada boom. Okay. So I'm here. All right, so of course, she's got 6.4 million followers. She's only following 203 accounts. She's made 24 media posts, which is very interesting. All right, so down here, yeah, this is looking very interesting. Yeah, that's a lot of followers. That's all red. As nobody is jumping in. Like, so for, just in case you're not familiar, so you can see here, let's zoom into today. Today is the 4th of February. Wow. All right. So she has lost today 1,174 subscribers, followers, whatever it's called on IG. Now, that means that even if she got 12 followers, she didn't get enough to offset the amount of people that are leaving. And I think that's pretty clear. So what Milk Bar is pointing out, and I think is very reasonable to show, is like, even if people are still subscribing, there is a mass effect of people defecting from her, which I think is extremely interesting. Let's look at her Let's see. Let's go over here and check her YouTube. I mean, her YouTube. Oh, you got to select the platform first. I'm on YouTube. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, let's check her out. Okay, so this is her YouTube channel. Okay, so she got 5.7 million subscribers. She's put up quite a bit of content, about 1,600 videos. She's somewhere in the 1.2 billion views, which is phenomenal. And she got on YouTube about the 22nd of 2015. All right. So here we see all greens, and greens are usually a good sign of growth on YouTube. So we see that, she's getting like 10,000 subscribers on a regular basis. So let's see what her daily average is. 1,000. Weekly average is 10,000 subscribers. Monthly is about 30,000. So the last 14 days, she had 20,000 subscribers. So she's still crushing it. And keep in mind, Instagram doesn't pay very well. So there are content creators, and TikTok as well, that are not paying very well. So there are content creators who are losing and leaving Instagram and TikTok because they're not being compensated well. So that's just something to bear in mind. I don't know if this is a sign of better things to come, or just that all her people are still over here on YouTube and she's still making hand over fist over on YouTube. That I don't know. But no, that's a great point. Thank you so much for bringing that up. What do we have here? Reform Chick says this. She's insinuating that Erica Kurt is gay and was with her girlfriend on 9/10. Really? Man. That woman is next level, man. That's next level right there. Ruben, thank you so much for the 20, man. My goodness. Thank you very much, man. She's confusing Pleasant Grove PD, which only has a narcotics canine, with Prince George Police Department canine Kimber, the gun dog. Both use PGPD, and she's clearly repeating talking points from the Kimber video. Really? Okay. See, I didn't even know about the whole. I mean, I saw what she said, but I didn't investigate it, and I definitely didn't commit it to memory. But thank you so much for that. Thank you for the 20, and thank you for clarifying that. What's Captain Jack say over here? You need a poll asking, will Candace travel and attend Tyler's trial? I don't think she will. You know what? I'll do that real quick. Or will she watch it live on TV? I don't think she will. I don't think she'll do it. Let me end this poll. Oh, I forgot my Umar Johnson poll was still up. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. I don't think she. I don't think, yeah, this is good. Hold on, I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna hear what y'all say. Okay, I'll put that up there. Let's see what y'all say. And let me finish reading what you said, by the way. Or will she watch live on TV? I say she will watch it on TV and then challenge and attempt to destroy every witness. I agree with that. I don't think she's going to, because truly deep down inside, I don't think she cares about Tyler Robinson. I don't believe she's invested in it like that. So all she wants to do is, well, and then also, in order to go out there, that means she would have to move her streaming. She had to move her recording, all that kind of stuff out there. And I don't think she wants to invest in it like that. I don't think she cares. She just wants to be somebody that's out here throwing accusations, throwing dirt, throwing shade out there, and just wondering why people are ducking and people don't want to get dirt on them. Thank you so much for the Reform Chick. Look at the name of the episode. Look at the name of the episode. Candace's episode. It was called, what was it called again? I've already closed it out. Hold on one second. Oh, man. That's gross, man. Why would she do that? The Secret Lives of Scheming Wives. Okay. I don't know where, I wouldn't necessarily say that would, I thought she was just saying like the woman was scheming because she has a picture of Macron's wife, Erica Kurt, and I don't know who this other wife is in the middle. I thought she was trying to say that they were scheming to be their elites. They're scheming to, get people's DNA and all that kind of stuff. I didn't get that part about the vegetarianism, but let me know if I'm missing that. But I appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you, friend. All right, what do we have here? Candace is closeted. She's projecting on Erica. I agree. I think Candace, most of the stuff that Candace says is projection of her own insecurities, her own flaws, her own foibles, her own missteps. It's her. When she says these people do this, that's what she does. And you can't convince me otherwise. That's just what she does. That's you, Candace. It's not anybody else. It's you. It's you, Candace. All right, what do I have here? Oh, what did you say here? She wants him free so she can look good. So she is purposefully tainting the jury pool with these wild conspiracies. Yeah, I agree. Now that I can get with. It's peak projection. It's high grade projection. Candace can't be. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. At this point in the game, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Yeah, vegetarianism. I mean, that's what I said. All right. The Secret Lives of Scheming Wives. I just thought she was trying to say like these people are scheming. But I mean, I guess I can see what you're saying, but yeah, it's just wild. Lots of good conversation, y'all. Thank y'all so much, everybody. I appreciate it. Tomorrow is Thursday. Chief Executive Second Born is going to a conference, a theater conference of all things, right? We're gonna have a good conversation tomorrow. So we'll probably have a good conversation tomorrow. On Friday, for Friday Night Lights, I actually have a DUI lawyer coming on to watch some body cam with us and explain some of the things that we see, why they do these things. And, some of the things the police do are not good. So they'll point out when they make mistakes and so on and so forth. So anyway, that'll be on Friday evening for Friday Night Lights. And Saturday and Sunday, I got one plan, but I got one plan for Sunday. I got to make sure because I didn't realize the game was on. So I don't know if people want to come and do a live stream while the game is on. So we might do a little change up. So I'll keep you all posted on that. I do want to say thank y'all so much. I really extremely appreciate y'all hanging out with us and tapping in. Thank you to the moderators. You all really, really are a blessing. Thank you so much to all of the team over there, the mods. They have those wrenches next to them. They really keep everything moving in the right direction, sending me things and so on and so forth, reminding me that I've done something wrong. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much to the members and those who've picked up shirts and hoodies. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all for your feedback on the hoodies and shirts. Should be going out soon, so I want to hear your feedback on those as well. To everybody that just taps in, if you just watch the video, thank you. If you hit the like button, thank you again. If you don't like it and you comment down below, you tell me how terrible I am. Thank you to the third power, okay? If you email management, please make sure you email management, dearwokec@gmail.com. Let me know how terrible a person my mom's son is, and I'll probably tell you back more things than you even realize how terrible a person I am. But yeah, thank y'all so much. I really thank y'all for this. Thank you for January. January was a great month, and you all have been an extreme blessing. Every last one of you, whether you're subscriber 1 or subscriber 66,788. Thank you, all of y'all, just for watching the videos, commenting, adding your thoughts, all that kind of good jazz, helping steer this ship and helping it be a success. So thank you so much. I'm looking forward to rock with y'all real soon. So everybody, we're going to do this again, Lord willing, tomorrow. I got to get this. I'm going to take my desk apart, do some moving, some things around. I was supposed to go on with Gary, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that tonight because I want to make sure I fix this for this weekend. But I'll see you all, Lord willing, in the morning. Everybody have a great night. I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.